Welcome in, everybody! Hello, everybody, my name is Bowenthius, and this is the Bowenthius Hour. You are currently within the confines of the Bowenthius Show. And welcome in, Oskal. Hello! The hands got turned on in time. The cup appears immediately. And hydration has been done in your name. What a wonderful occasion we are brought into today. A most auspicious of moments. Ah, hello, Killshot. Come in and get your ethmoid bone. What a beautiful occasion we are brought here together for this singular day of this singular stream for this entire week to read SCP articles. And I've got a backup plan in case I don't like reading for 4 hours. I forgot that it was Next Fest again. It feels like the last Next Fest was yesterday, but it's been months since the last Next Fest. So I've got a bunch of demos lined up in case the SCP thing doesn't pan out the way I'll feel it out and see how things go, but there's something I've discovered as of recent, which is that I've never been happier to just tinker away at my little models and my little things. A fire has been lit under me, and I've just been tinkering away at my beautiful little 2.0 model, and it's been going along quite swimmingly. I managed to make the hands. I finally am going to have... I'm still going to be 3D, but I'm finally going to have my own hands. Maybe you don't know, but maybe you do. My current 1.0 utilized spinning. I utilized a lot of spinning, but I used the base model. Because hands were very intimidating to me at the time, so I used the base model to make the hands. And the shoulders and the armpits and all that stuff. All the spinning is everywhere. The 3D, it's everywhere. But, it's forever been something that I've wanted to change, so with the 2.0 I made my own hands, and they're beautiful. And so we'll see those in the fullness of time as soon as I'm done with it. Because I need to model, a texture. Actually, that's not the order of things. I need to model, then rig, then change the model to work with the rig, and then texture. And then port it, and have my face work properly like this one does, because this one is absolutely perfect. Model came out great. It is! I still, this model is still my pride and joy. It's the most wonderful 1.0 I could have asked for, but we could always be better, and I am very excited to be fully working within Blender! This original model was made using a Minecraft modding tool called Blockbench. But ever since then, those were essentially my modeling training shoes because I didn't really model seriously before. But now I do, and I decided to get over the hurdle and learn Blender, and now Blender has been just an absolute baby to me. It's been a treat. And I've just been having fun. Even though I'm very, very slow, I just have fun in the methodical, repetitive process of taking a square and then putting it in a specific position and then combining it with another square. And it just, for some reason, that's therapeutic to me. So I've just been doing that. I'm slowly starting to learn that I like the things surrounding the streaming rather than the main event itself. I still find it a very valuable hobby because I get to practice my voice acting chops and so on and so forth, but I've been doing a lot of soul searching recently, so if I magically disappear from the world of Twitch.tv, it's not because I've gone on permanent hiatus and have left this world for better things, but it is because I'm restructuring. I've been streaming for almost a year at this point, and it's given me plenty of time to introspect and retrospect and all those other spects. It's allowed me to see what I like, what I don't like, what I'd like to continue doing, what I wouldn't like to continue doing, and so on and so forth. So, yes, I will still be making content, but it's going to be more to the rhythm of my beat, rather than the rhythm of Twitch and all of the pressures and things that go inside with it. I am a tiny little boy, and I feel like I've sort of went one step beyond where I was supposed to. I was on step 2, and I accidentally leaped over to step 57. and that has not been a good idea. So I feel like I need to dial it back down and restructure and reorganize the way I do content and things. Twitch, it feels like it's sort of something that you tack on. And for somebody in my shoes and my specific brand of how I like to make content and how I like to make things, if I consider putting a donation button for the channel, there is one. It's called Ko-Fi. It's over there. It's not a direct button, mind you. It used to be a direct button. I used to have the About page be, hey, if you want to support me and donate, feel free to do so. I used to have a Stream Elements thing set up and so on and so forth, but I got scared that I might get absolutely obliterated by abuse and so on, because PayPal is a service that does not coincide with my values. Calling your modeling trading shoes gives this image, you use your legs to make your model. I mean, I started my model with the legs. I'm new to figuring out Twitch. Twitch is difficult to figure out from the perspective of viewer, even more so difficult to figure out from the perspective of somebody who wants to actually produce content for the platform. And I've had a lot of time to figure out what to make, what not to make, what it requires of me, the hidden truths of the matter, and so on and so forth, to the point where I've come to the realization that my time could potentially be better spent elsewhere, but it's all in the... I haven't come to concrete decisions yet on things. I am still here, and I am still streaming after all, so... Yes... I will have to figure things out. It's really strange, and it's really difficult because it's a oversaturated, hyper-competitive market, just streaming, and then you go into the niche of VTubing, which is already filled to the brim with its own corporations, niches, and little things, and so on and so forth, and there's a lot of things, not necessarily that have been directly asked of me, but things that have been inferred, and I've gone down the wrong pipeline. I've basically been a square, I've been a square block trying to fit in the cylinder hole, and I've been trying to make it work, and I've cut corners to make myself a bit more cylindrical, but ultimately I'm still not fitting in the cylinder peg. And it's high time I come to grips with the fact that that is just the case. And I just need to... I'm still trying to figure out what content I like, what content I don't like, and so on and so forth, but regardless of what content one makes, the numbers are still going to be there, and the numbers are still going to have an impact in one way or another, unless you completely don't look at them at all, which is what I plan on doing, because... for the past 5 or 6 months, I've been riding the Elden Ring high, and that high immediately came down, and I found myself like a crack addict on withdrawal, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to have this hobby be compared to drugs. I've been a video game player for the past 16, 17 years of my life, and never in my life have video games made me feel the way Twitch feels, with all of its unspoken rules and pressures and little tidbits and things and so on. But go back to your comment about the donation button. I'm probably not in the ballpark and avenue of people that should be concerned with this fact, but there are people that abuse the donation button in the sense that they donate and then ask for a refund, and then due to the policy that PayPal has, you have to compensate with the fee, and you actually end up losing money, and so on and so forth, which is why it's worthwhile for people to donate to you via Twitch bits and subscriptions and all that, because Twitch handles the cost of the refund if people choose to refund, so that's not abusable, but you can abuse it with Stream Elements and all those things, so I've completely forsaken PayPal. I don't know if that abuse is possible with Ko-Fi, but I have it sort of on the side if people really want to donate. But ultimately, the thing that I actually want to push with this whole streaming endeavor is the thing that keeps popping up every half an hour, which is my VGen. Do I even have a command for that? Oh, how nice. Yes, I do. So that's the actual thing that I kind of want to push as a means of donation, which is, you ask me, you commission me for a service, because I love, and I absolutely adore. Seribot is a good bot, so is the Skelegion bot, because I absolutely adore voice acting. So honestly, it kind of feels like a donation to me if you ask me to throw a couple voice lines your way and so on and so forth. So that's kind of been what I've been trying to push as a means to support me. Ah, thank you for the Daily Bones, Redeem Ulmer. You're just in time to listen to me rant about my relationship with streaming as a whole. Probably should have turned on the mug so I could realistically drink. There it is, isn't it beautiful? See, this is what I love about VTubing, the ability to do this. I just love watching the funny character dance to my own rhythms and movements. That's what the draw of VTubing is to me. Also the fact that I can actually have a avatar representation of myself that is an echo of my fashion sense, my tastes and my fashion sense. And it is just the representative of me that I made with my own hands. Like, the draw of VTubing to me is the ability to make my own avatar and have it move around to the rhythm of my own beat. And be able to do that. Ha! Would I like some fire? I love fire! We love fire here! Ever since Elden Ring, my faith and love of fire has been kindled quite lovely, so I don't know what you mean, but I say yes until proven that I shouldn't have. Ahoy hoy! Can't stay long, sadly, I gotta go to uni, but I hope you have a good time streaming. Thank you very much, your appearance is always appreciated. I very much enjoy the Twitch, whatchamacallit, not the improv thing was so lovely and successful that I gained sort of a new person that's interested in my streams. Improv was amazing and I absolutely loved it. I also like your bit that you did. Because I love how the hosts thought that you were just doing my bit, but then he didn't. It was lovely. It was lovely. I have fond memories of that. Every time I went there, it was just so fun. The chonkler and with the digital fentanyl. It was a lovely time. I hope that there will be more of those opportunities in the future. Because that's the fun part. Like the fun part, if we have to go to streaming, if we've gone off VTubing and now we're into streaming, is the collaborations, the other streamers, the support, the interactions, and the collabs. The collabs are the best part. When they work, of course. I did not have fun with my past few collabs. Of no fault of the collab partners, of course. Completely my fault, because my hardware decided to explode, and it made me very sad and depressed. Because I kind of can't really do anything about the fact that the 5G towers decided to interrupt my signal in that specific moment and just killed my stream. Ha! Ha! So, I love the collabs, I love the sense of community, and so on and so forth, and that's beautiful. But unfortunately, it's all being filtered through Twitch, which makes me have to put commercials that somehow, the way they've managed to manufacture their website, unlike YouTube, has them be able to actually run ads even though you have measures and means to protect against that. I was looking around for collabs. Very nice. I hope they bear fruit for it. I hope you find some. And somehow they've managed to make it they actually do play the ads, which is something that I'm not used to as somebody who uses the internet with 50 million filters to stop the encroaching, horrifying hell reality that is corporate the corporate planet that we live in. I gotta run now, take care. Goodbye! Thank you for stopping by, it's very much appreciated, take care! Actually, you can have a shout out too. There you go. There you go. Ah, you're doing the Deltarune everybody's on. The Deltarune train is departing and you are on it, very nice. Hope you enjoy the university. I know that out of all the educations, I enjoyed my time at university the most. Out of all the educations I did. Ha! Ha! See, that's what I love about V2. I'm a simple, unga-bunga brainless man. I do this, and I am happy. my happiness bar is filled. But then when we get all to the nitty-gritty of, oh, you have to play ads for 3 minutes every hour. Oh, if you want to stay on this platform, you have to be affiliate and you have to do that. You can stop being affiliate, but then you have to be supported by other means and so on. Which is actually a path that I'm... The more closer we get to me considering restructuring my schedule and how I use my time, the more I start to contemplate whether or not I should stop being an affiliate and then just... do third-party support and so on and so forth. That's an avenue that I've actually been exploring. Every time I take out the mug and then I put it away, I have the urge to drink because I've been yapping for 20 minutes. Because I have a lot on my mind, as you can tell, even though my mind is not an existent entity. Because I'm petrified that I'll start reading SCP articles and then I'll get bored within 10 minutes and then I'll have to do something else. But anyway, also another thing I've noticed that I do is I slur my words and use noises that are filler noises so I can collect my thoughts, which is another no-no, which is I've been practicing to do, and I got really good at it 6 months ago, and now I've regressed back for reasons unknown. Anyway, this is just my, how do I refer to what I'm currently doing? I am vomiting thoughts at you at a rapid pace, because my mind is an undiagnosed ADHD adult monstrosity that hypothetically does not exist. So yeah, a lot of things on my mind, a lot of considerations, a lot of things that make me happy, a lot of things that make me unhappy. I'd like to cut out the things that make me unhappy, and I'd like to do other things, and so on and so forth. I need to start thinking on actually making concrete decisions rather than just thinking about them and talking about them. Stay tuned for a new chapter in the life of Bowenthius. We'll see what happens. Bah. Ha! And now we're here. Look at this. Look at this website. Isn't it a beautiful website? It's got a rainbow tinge because it's June. Happy Pride, everybody. Ha ha. 'Tis June. A beautiful, beautiful month. Halfway point in the year. What did you do for the past 6 months? Has 2025 turned out the way you wanted it to? I hope so. For all our sakes. Right. SCP articles. I have picked none. I have not prepared in any way, shape, or form outside of spending 10 minutes before stream cropping my internet browser such that it actually utilizes the space I have on my stream. Also, I love the fact that I never knew this before, but they actually have a fantasy equivalent, so I probably should have named it because I'm not necessarily that I'm more interested in fantasy than science fiction or modern, like, realistic settings, but right, anyway. I am curious about SCP 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, especially 2003. Oh yeah, my cursor is invisible. I think that's fine. Deus Ex Machina SCP 2000. I have no idea which ones the good ones are, and I will find out, I guess. Right. So, let's actually begin with some beautiful reading. A space oddity. Sure. What's this one? Oh, hell yeah. Still frame of Incident 2001-19 Redacted 01. This is delightful. Oh yeah, I forgot about what all the object classes meant. Let's see. Is there a guide? Guide hub. Required reading, site rules, chat guide, FAQ. Is it guide? Oh, there we go. Guide to newcomers. Let's see. Basic, there we go. Object classes. Right. Each anomaly contained by the Foundation has an assigned object class, which tell you how difficult something is to contain. 3 most common classes are Safe, meaning containment is simple, Euclid, meaning containment is more complex, and Keter, meaning containment is very difficult. Ah, okay, so Keter is very bad. Yep. Object class Keter. So this thing is very difficult to contain. Alright, let's read about this. Item number SCP-2001. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. No means of containment or prevention of SCP-2001 is currently available to the Foundation. Okay. In lieu of this, several alternative procedures have been established. Can you tell that whenever I do the voice acting, I do 50 million takes because I constantly slur words and so on and so forth? That's the thing that I love about voice acting, is you don't hear the outtakes. You just hear the thing that I think is good enough of a line to send in. In lieu of this, several alternative procedures have been established. Gamma-type individuals and Beta-type individuals not affiliated with NASA or any other space-related organization should be monitored and detained if necessary. Individuals employed or affiliated with space-related organizations who show signs of Gamma or Beta-type infection should be removed from service and administered amnestics. I do love SCP articles that mention amnestics. Not for any other reason that it provides sort of a procedural template, and also it's a fun word. Effective 10/21/2000 and redacted. All individuals affiliated with Alpha-type symptoms should be detained in Wing Redacted of Sector Redacted. Under no circumstances should Alpha-type individuals be allowed access to any astronomical or spacefaring equipment. Mandatory SCP-2001 screening is in effect for all Foundation staff. Ooh, that's a... Considering how much Foundation staff there is, that's a very big toll. Addendum. For April 22nd, 19 and redacted. In light of 2001-19 redacted A, all Foundation employees showing symptoms of SCP-2001 are to be removed from service immediately. See Incident Report 2001-19 redacted A, Level 4 clearance or higher. I am already loving this format because I just get to read, and because I'm reading text and not coming up with words on the fly, I feel a lot more capable of not slurring my words and being clear of speech and of thought. This is wonderful. I'm enjoying myself so far. Description. SCP-2001 is an anomalous series of neural oscillations. What the... Anomalous series of neural oscillations that occur during 3 of the 4 stages of human sleep. During one of these 3 stages, the amygdala spontaneously enters a state of heightened activity for a period of 10 to 15 minutes. See, now, I'm immediately thinking about how this would affect me because I technically do not have the physical organs, but this goop that you're looking at, that comprises the back of my face, basically simulates all of the feeling of human organs without actually having them. Like a soma thing. So, I guess not having the things physically present means that I can't really be... Unless I believe myself, the whole thing is about belief. If I have faith that I'm being coerced by this, it probably would have an effect on me, but... I love how it's a matter of willpower when it comes to me. Voice acting sounds very deliberate. Normal speech contains mistakes like slurring words, awkward pauses, like that. That's normal speech. I just proved it right there. I'm human. Awkward pauses, among other things like that. Yes, it's true. And I find it very difficult to accept that there is a difference, so I constantly criticize myself internally over the fact that I don't always sound like a trained professional voice actor whenever I speak. It's... not fun. I was gonna say it's fun, sarcastically, but I realize that sarcasm is hard to detect, so I'm just gonna say what it is. It's not fun to be constantly critical of oneself, especially when you speak. But anyway. During one of these 3 stages, the amygdala spontaneously enters a state of heightened activity for a period of 10 to 15 minutes. At the conclusion of SCP-2001's active state, the subject is conditioned to one of 3 responses, designated Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, depending on the sleep stage in which SCP-2001 occurred. I find it very fascinating how a still frame of the incident shows a rocket, because I thought this was good. Well, considering that it talks about NASA, let's read. I am piqued. My interest is piqued. Let us read on further. SCP-2001 appears to show no increased presence in individual of any race, creed, or gender. No genetic abnormalities have been associated with SCP-2001. Spectrographic analysis of SCP-2001 suggests that its presence may not be intraneural, rather it may originate from an outside source. Of particular note is the fact that SCP-2001, particularly the Alpha strain, has recently begun affecting a proportionally large population of astronomers, astronauts, and individuals who otherwise deal with space. Okay, so there's the hook. There's the space-based hook. There appear to be 3 types of responses to SCP-2001 infection. Oh, there's footnotes. Oh, I like that. Awakening the subject during this period appears immediately to switch response of the individual to Alpha type, regardless of sleep stage in which SCP-2001 activity occurs. Oh, that's interesting. Individuals who already possess a critical attitude towards space exploration generally exhibit no anomalous effects from SCP-2001 activity. SCP-2001 has not been documented to occur in the first stage of NREM sleep. Yes. Gamma! Right, let's start with the... Oh god, ooh. Subjects who experience SCP-2001 during the second stage of NREM, non-rapid eye movement, sleep are designated Gamma-type individuals. Gamma-type individuals are almost indistinguishable from the ordinary population, save for a disparaging attitude towards the topic of space travel. Gamma-type individuals show an active aversion to discussing space or space exploration in conversations. Interesting. I read the sentence and then I reread it in my head just to understand the sentence. And will avoid any and all organizations pertaining to the study and development of human space exploration. So SCP-2001 is space anxiety. It is estimated that a redacted percentage of the population is currently affected by Gamma-type symptoms of SCP-2001. So SCP-2001 is sort of like a phobia of space, like an anti-interest towards space. That's interesting. The anti-interest abilities of this SCP are in of themselves interesting. Beta. Subjects who experience SCP-2001 during the third stage of NREM sleep are designated Beta-type individuals. Beta-type individuals are characterized by a distinct opposition to space exploration. Beta-type individuals will denounce the importance and safety of space travel in conversations, citing it as extremely dangerous or fruitless. Also common among Beta-type individuals is the tendency to construct elaborate conspiracy theories regarding humans in space. Wow. An estimated redacted percentage of popular space-related conspiracies are directly linked to one or more Beta-type carriers, including... It literally just says redacted. Oh yeah, I should probably have my cursor be visible so you can see where I'm reading. Let's do that. Properties. Capture cursor. There we go. Cursor. There you are, Mr. Cursor. Right. Including redacted. Of note, it is the fact that the aforementioned individual has never had contact with the SCP Foundation or any of its affiliates. Alpha. The presence of SCP-2001 during any stage of REM sleep produces an Alpha-type individual. Alpha-type individuals actively attempt to stop or sabotage all forms of space travel. Individuals displaying symptoms of Alpha-type infections will attempt to harm or otherwise interfere with individual centers and activities that pertain to space, research, or travel. That happens to me too. I read the words but don't... Yeah, exactly. I read them but I don't process. I'm engaged in the concept of reading rather than actually understanding what the words are, because, especially in this case, to me it's a performance. I'm reading to be clear, to be eloquent, and to have you understand it through my voice rather than me understanding it myself. I'm reading the first time I read the text. It do be like that, yes. Right. An Alpha Positive Foundation researcher was directly responsible for Incident 2001-19, redacted A, level 4 clearance or higher. Yeah, I don't have any clearance because I'm not even signed in. What, they blew it up? Do some J-class ones, LMAO. Hello, little fella. Welcome in, thank you for stopping by. I am taking requests, so I could do that as soon as I figure out where that is and where I find it. Document report, clearance level required. Excerpt from Journal of Junior Researchers, M redacted. Research into potential mimetic qualities of SCP-2001. That's another word that I love in SCP articles, mimetic. Awakening the subject during any period appears to immediately switch the response of the individual to alpha type. So this SCP essentially turns you into a space hater. Anything related to space, you become disinterested, actively against, or actively looking to sabotage it. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting anomaly. Huh. And yeah, there is literally no way to contain this, it just is. It's just the concept of people not liking space to various degrees of extremity. Does the J in J-class stand for a joke? I feel like this is... Hold on. I'm going to assume the SCP-420J. Alright, let's see. Alright, so, okay, there, the best redacted in the world, alright. What have we got going on for ourselves here? Object class! Awesome! Will little fella one day grow up to be big fella? We could all... Well, depending on what little fella's objectives are, one day they could be big fella. But I love the little fella and their little fella face. I love the way it moves. It's so beautiful. I always have a smile whenever I see little fella on screen. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, that reminds me, you get a shout out too. Everybody gets a shout out. Oh yeah, little fella. 18 plus Minecraft, huh? I'm gonna have a fun time in Minecraft, right? Item number, SCP-420J, object class, awesome, totally tubular, hell yeah. Hey man, that's not a real class, you gotta make it safe or something, Dr. Redacted. Oh yeah, you're right man, it's totally safe. Object class, awesome, totally safe. Special containment procedures. McPlay is good fun. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna take your word for it. Special containment procedures. We keep it down in room redacted in the basement of building redacted at site redacted. The password is redacted. What are you doing, man? You can't just tell everyone where we keep the redacted, because then everyone gonna want to come and get some, Dr. Manhattan. Hey, you can't say redacted in the articles, man. Oh, Description. Okay, so I got this stuff from when we were down in Jamaica. Really strong stuff with lots of blue and red mixed in it. Good redacted, man. Me and the doctor were smoking that stuff down there with redacted and Skinny Pete. With Badger and Skinny Pete. When Manhattan says, he says to me, hey man, we should take this stuff back and send it through that machine. What is the machine? SCP-914. We're reading that next. It changes things to make things better, and I said that's an excellent idea, and so we did. Man, we tried it on the very fine On the very fine first, and whoa, we were laughing for weeks. Sucks what happened to Redact. It's so funny is, I'm assuming half of these are actually swear words. So we get really great redacted out of the machine. We got Manhattan to try it out. We're like, whoa, man, that's an excellent kush. I'm gonna assume that's what the redacted is. I love how you can actually fill the words on your own. But then we used it all up and didn't have anything left but the seeds, and we figured we couldn't just get rid of them, so we decided to plant them and grow them, and then Redacted was like, hey man, what about that dirt that makes Redacted grow fast? And I said, that was an excellent idea. We got some dirt and planted the seed, and oh wow man, this is some excellent good. Oh god, they have tests and addendums. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I wonder what the actual SCP-420 is. 420. Aggressive skin condition. Aggressive skin condition. Oh, it's safe. Right. Let's see. I believe I've encountered the machine before. There is a SCP game. There's a lot of SCP games, but this one in particular, I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember that you go into a room and there's a machine and it takes things and duplicates things. I think something of such. Oh yeah, it takes keycard clearances and improves them, something like that. So I think this is that machine. One of the least complex sections of SCP-914 in a non-active state. I can't click on this, so... zoomies. There it is. You can see it. It's beautiful. Right. Special containment procedure. Okay. SCP-914. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. Only personnel who submit a formal request and receive approval from Site Command may operate 914. SCP-914 is to be kept in Research Cell 109B, with 2 guard personnel on duty at all times. Any researchers entering 109B are to be accompanied by at least 1 guard for the entirety of testing. A full list of tests. I like it when Redacted started doing Redacted while Redacted was happening. I know, right? That's kind of the part of reading SCP articles that sort of sticks out and becomes obnoxious over a certain period of time, but the good news is that this one has an absolute minimum of redacted, so we can actually read without having to be interrupted by black boxes of bars of doom. Right. Got to put my cursor over a thing. Ooh. Any researchers, yada yada, accompanied by at least 1 guard for the entirety of testing. One of my favorite collection is Dr. Wondertainment's Little Misters. Fascinating. Little menagerie of misters. Came to say hi, hopefully return in time for more of this. Till then, thank you for stopping by, Deltor. Enjoy the world that is currently your reality, and thank you for the lurk and the daily bones, all of the good stuff. You have 51 of them. Congrats on your 51st. And I'll hydrate. I'll hydrate in your name. Oh god, you have a lot of points, don't you? Yeah. I've hydrated in your name, my friend. Hi, Deltor. Have a nice lurk. My thoughts exactly. Hope work is good. Right. A full list of tests to be carried out must be given to all guard personnel on duty. Any deviation from this list will result in termination of testing, forcible removal of personnel from 109B, and formal discipline at Site Command's discretion. Warning! At this time, no testing of biological matter is allowed. Refer to... Oh. Guess they should have told the 420J department that. Presumably, of course, it could... They could be smoking plastic for all I know. At this time, no testing of biological matter is allowed. Refer to document 109B-117. Applying the rough settings to explosive materials is not advised. Description. SCP-914 is a large clockwork device weighing several tons and covering an area of 18 square meters, consisting of screw drives, belts, pulleys, gears, sprigs, and other clockwork. It is incredibly complex, consisting of over 8 million moving parts, comprised mostly of tin and copper, with some wooden and cloth items observed. Observation and probing have showed no electronic assemblies or any form of power other than the main spring under the selection panel. Is this a Da Vinci machine? 2 large booths, 3 meters by 2.1 meters by 2.1, 10 feet by 7 feet by 7 feet, are connected via copper tubes to the main body of SCP-914, labeled intake and output. Between them is a copper panel with a large knob, with a small arrow attached. The words rough, coarse, 1 by 1, fine, and very fine are positioned at points around the knob. Below the knob is a large key that winds the main spring. When an object is placed in the intake booth, a door slides shut, and a small bell sounds. Yeah, this is exactly like the thing that I saw in the game. If the knob is turned to any position and the key wound up, SCP-914 will refine the object in the booth. Ooh. No energy is lost in the process, and the object appears to be in stasis until the output door is opened. Now I'm immediately curious, if I stick a USB drive in there with my model, will it refine my model? Will it refine the USB stick and make it have more storage? Or will it do both? No energy is lost in the process and the object appears to be in stasis until the output booth door is opened. Intense observation and testing have not shown how SCP-914 accomplishes this, and no test object has ever been observed inside SCP-914 during the refining process. The process takes between 5 and 10 minutes depending on the size of the object being refined. That's interesting. I think it delivers it to a different dimension, maybe a dimension full of worksmiths and blacksmiths. Interesting. Addendum. Test log. 1 kilogram of steel. Setting. Rough. Pile of steel chunk. Output. Pile of steel chunks of various sizes appearing to be cut by laser. Fascinating. Input. 1 kilogram of steel. Setting 1 to 1. You get gold USB in a blender, OBJ becomes Maya. That is possible. I mean, depending on the settings here. We are literally reading what the settings do. Input 1 kilogram of steel. Setting 1 to 1. Output 1 kilogram of steel screws. Input 1 kilogram of steel. Setting fine. Output 1 kilogram of steel. Carpet tacks. I guess that's fine in the sense that each one is an intricate piece of work, and 1 kilogram of steel carpet tacks, I would imagine, is a very large volume of carpet steel tacks. Input 1 kilogram of steel. Setting very fine. Okay, now this is the interesting part because it's a whole paragraph. Output. Several gases that dissipated into the air quickly, and 1 gram of an unknown metal resistant to heat of 50,000 degrees, impossible to bend or break with any force, and a near perfect 1.6 to the 10th to the minus 75 power conductor of electricity. My brain. I'm so glad I don't have one. Alright. Input. 1 wristwatch belonging to a doctor. Setting course. Output 1 completely disassembled wristwatch. Oh. Input 1 cell phone They actually just started putting their own belongings into it to see what... Honestly, I love this because it just shows the sheer curiosity. I'm reading about this and I'm curious to put some... Like, immediately upon reading this, I thought about a USB stick, so... Right. So if you put 1 cell phone in a 1-to-1 setting, it outputs 1 cell phone, although it's a completely different make and model. I guess technically that is a 1-to-1. Input. 1 standard Colt Python revolver. Setting very fine. Ooh. Output. Data expunged. Aforementioned... Redacted, completely disintegrated all matter in its line of fire. Object contained with high-density gamma waves. Oh god, it turned it into a space-age supergun. It turned it into a railgun, essentially. Huh. Huh. It's basically putting a Colt Python revolver in this thing with the very high setting made another SCP, essentially. One white mouse. Is it a computer? Oh no. Oh no, it's an actual animal. Oh, the biological testing begins. Input, 1 white mouse, setting 1 to 1. Output, 1 brown mouse. Input, 1 chimp, setting fine. Output, data expunged. Input, 1 chimp, setting rough. Output, badly mutilated corpse, showing signs of crushing and cutting with high heat. Ooh. Ooh. Document 109B117, Dr. Redacted and Dr. Other Redacted test log. Input, subject D186, male Caucasian, 42 years old, 108 kilograms, 185 centimeters tall. Setting 1 to 1. What the? So that's the input. The output, male Hispanic, 42 years old, 100 kilograms, 188 centimeter tall. Subject was very confused and agitated. Subject attacked security personnel. Subject terminated. What happened to D186, though? Is he in a different dimension? Is he gone? Has he been broken down to the molecular level and transformed into male Hispanic 100 kilograms? It's very interesting. Oh god. Oh god. Input, subject D187, male Caucasian, 28 years old, 63 kilograms, 173 centimeters tall. Setting, very fine. Output, data expunged. Subject escaped from test chamber, killing 8 guards as well as 2 doctors. As well as both of the doctors, actually, that conducted this test. Lockdown initiated. Subject causes containment failure of 3 SCP areas in contained escape attempt. Continued escape attempt. Special response team engages subject, resulting in severe wounding of subject, partial memory loss in special response team members, and corrosive damage to plumbing. Subject expired several hours later, dissolving into blue ash and blinding nearby research team. Biological testing of SCP-914 discontinued. Gee, I wonder why. So, you put something as intricate and complex as a human being in there with a very fine setting, and it basically produced a god. And then you had to then put down with guns. Good god. I love this. I feel like this is one of the famous ones. Note, because of the nature of this SCP, a wide range of test data would be helpful. Dr. Gears has ordered that any researcher can have access for non-biological testing if they themselves are, or they are supervised by a level 3 researcher. I like the coffee machine version of this. Oh, of course there is. All testing to be recorded in file number 914E, experiment log 914. Biological testing will continue only with prior clearance by O5 command. I wonder what would happen if you put a mouse in the very fine setting. As long as you want to try something mundane that isn't alive, feel free to help accumulate data. What's experiment log 914? Hey! Oh god, there's 50 parts to this. You can make any liquid from anywhere. I never thought about that, but they didn't conduct any testing of SCP-914 in the log I just read with a bucket of water. I wonder what would happen if you put a bucket of water in it. Oh, so this is... SCP containment research, anomalous item containment. So this is the log for the facility that houses this thing, right? We might go back to this. Yeah, 294 coffee machine version. Neat. Wait, so does that mean the 294 was the original sort of concept of a machine that refines and transforms things, and then 914 is the refinement of that concept in of itself? I wonder what the writing dates for some of these are... Can I go back? Yes, I can. If only things had... Ah, there we go. Last edit... Oh. This is the last time it was edited, so... Clearly this is... well, the whole point of the SCP Foundation is it is a... What's it called? A writing by committee sort of thing, so... Not refined, it's more like a keyboard on a coffee machine, you can just for, like, lava. Ah, interesting. Noted. Right, I want to see what 420 is. Right. And... Before we get to actually reading this one, does this... Oh yeah, this is a safe object. The object itself isn't dangerous in itself. It produces monsters, though, so that makes sense. Right. We, unfortunately, need to do that thing that I mentioned earlier about Twitch mandatory commercial break, so let's get on to that, and we'll be right back with SCP-420! Welcome back, everybody. That was a terrific run of Words on Stream that we managed to go through. During the break, I had a stalwart and incredible realization. So, whenever I play games on stream, I don't particularly feel super... hydration I already did, but I'll do it again just for you, Oscar. Oh, anything for you, my friend. Right. Have I ever told you that your support has been an incredible beacon, and I absolutely adore and cherish every time you make a redeem and you comment and you're always here, and just love it. Just love it. There's nothing greater than the joy of having a regular as a streamer. Which, actually, having that thought come out of my head makes me realize that I have an idea for a meme. Anyway, so I had an epiphany, which is that whenever I stream, I feel uncomfortable because I fail at video games, and I know you guys don't do that, but I judge myself based on my skill and merit, and it just depresses me whenever I die in video games, which is why I couldn't even get through Doom, the Dark Ages, without succumbing to despair. And certain instances in Elden Ring, like Millennia and so on and so forth. But that made me realize that I don't have that because I'm messing up with my reading and this format and so on, but I don't feel bogged down by my failures. I don't feel judged. Because it's something, voice acting and reading is something, well, not the reading part, but the voice acting part. The reading out loud part is something that I'm passionate in, and I want to improve, and I want to get better. So every time I mess up, it's an opportunity to see, okay, here's what we did wrong, here's what we need to do better to improve. Because this is what I actually want to do with my life. And I love gaming. But I'm not going to be a professional gamer. I'm not going to be a speedrunner. I'm not going to have the highest merits and so on and so forth, because that's just not where my passion lies. I love games. I love playing them, but I'm not going to be the very best that there ever was, because that's not what drives me. Which is why I feel uggo, for lack of a better term, whenever I mess up in video games. Because it's not something that I'm particularly fussed about getting good at, but I'm failing at it regardless, and it's a bad show, and so on and so forth. So, the point I'm trying to make here is that maybe this reading format is gonna become more of a mainstay, because already I've only been doing it for about an hour, even less so, because I spent half an hour in the beginning yapping. But I already like this more. I should have realized this when I was playing Road Warden on stream. Ha ha ha! Didn't even get to send a message. Sorry, bot, you're the best. Those used to be more of a rarity. Now you get one per stream minimum. Amazing. Anyway. That guy broke my train of thought. Ugh, unfortunate. This is the thing that I like, that I'd rather be competitive in. Competitive reading. Because this is a thing that I'm interested in and passionate about. Reaching the skill ceiling on voice acting is something that I very much would like to do. Even that Baldur's Gate narrator messes up lovely videos. I love those. I love those. Because that feels like it's more up my alley. Like I said, I'm not going to be a professional Elden Ring build guy or like challenges and so on, because that's just not something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about narrative games. I'm passionate about games that make me feel. Gaming is a narrative, gaming is a medium, not gaming is a skill check. Even though I love Elden Ring because it like, the thing that makes Elden Ring a standout, unique experience is that even though it's kicking your ass, the feeling of pride and accomplishment, something EA will never fathom, outweighs, like, the satisfaction you get for completing the challenge outweighs the pressure of being challenged in the first place, because it's delivered to you in such a way where even though the boss is throwing a tantrum on screen and going 50 million kilometers per hour, it's still designed in such a way where it's doable and beatable, and suddenly the thing that seems impossible on first glance, after 50 tries you beat it. Because no matter how horrifying it is, your character and voice matched Elden Ring perfectly. Thank you. It's one of my main aesthetic inspirations. Dark fantasy is something that I very much enjoy and appreciated, which is why Elden Ring fit like a glove so nicely. The environments and so on. Considering the fact that when I eventually end up making an environment physically manifesting the Fathomless Chasm as a digital 3D model, it will have a lot of inspiration taken from the catacombs in Elden Ring. Like I said when I was exploring the catacombs in Elden Ring, I literally said during one of those streams, you see this? You see these pillars? You see these giant statues? This is the Fathomless Chasm, I just need to make it. But yes. So, I should have realized this when I was playing Road Warden on stream, that I was anxious about the concept of streaming then, not so much for the game. And I just loved the reading aspects of that, and I just loved being able to narrate and make voices and so on and so forth, which is why, even though I'm sucking at it somewhat, I still enjoy Intravenous, because it does allow me to practice my reading chops, and I will continue playing that game. If I continue streaming. You didn't hear that part out loud. Anyway. SCP-420. Object Class. Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-420 is to be contained in Storage Locker 1014-420 at Site Redacted. Level 3 clearance is required to remove it from storage. Samples of SCP-420-01... 421, not in use for testing, should be stored in a container marked SCP-421 Decon in Locker 1014-420 until they lose potency. At which time they can be disposed of as biohazardous liquid waste. Ooh. Please make note of the time and date in the attached log when samples of SCP-421 are added to the Decon container. Those infected with SCP-422 are non-contagious and should be contained in standard solitary D-Class secure confinement. On reaching Phase 3, infectees' rations should be doubled. Interesting. Phase 4 infectees should be kept under constant surveillance for signs of advancement to Phase 6. Oh god. In which case, the infected must be destroyed by high-temperature incineration. Ooh, like a bit of scorched earth tactics. Right. SCP-420 is a dirty bottle of redacted brand whiskey with no lid. I was not expecting that. When emptied, a small amount of whiskey-like liquid, SCP-421, remains in the bottle, appearing as liquid adhering to the sides. This liquid pulls back into a few millimeters of SCP-421. Over time, drinking SCP-421 will cause SCP-422 a non-fatal but consuming degeneration and mutation of skin and keratinous tissue, hair, fingernails, etc. Oh yeah, keratin. In the infected. Cases of SCP-422 should be contained for further study. Early cases can be treated, see treatment below. SCP-422 has only been shown to affect humans. SCP-422 cannot be washed out. Liquid added in turn into SCP-422 when poured out. Turns into SCP-421. Numbers confuse me. Right. When poured out, SCP-421 retains its properties for up to 48 hours. Chemical analysis shows no anomalies in SCP-421 before or after loss of potency. It is identical to redacted brand whiskey when potent, and has all the same effects in addition to causing SCP-422. When it loses its potency, the chemical structure changes to that of concentrated urine. Fascinating. Urinalysis of decontaminated SCP-421 shows that it belongs to a human male approximately age 50 with severe liver degeneration. Further analysis using data expunged shows that the urine contains trace qualities of data expunged, consistent with SCP-redacted research shows data expunged. Okay. Wasn't expecting SCP-420 to be a whiskey bottle full of piss, but hey, that's what you get when you do the SCP roulette. SCP-422's infection progress varies somewhat from patient to patient, but can be described in several phases, such as the spin phase. Detailed urinalysis. Detailed descriptions of therapeutic purposes can be found in Medical Document 420A4 attached. Brief descriptions of containment purposes follow. Oh yeah, this is safe. Phase 1. Immediately to 12 hours after consuming SCP-421, the infected's mouth becomes dry and swollen, leading to slurred speech. Note that this slurred speech is not consistent with intoxication. Recording 420C-004 attached contains a comparison of speech patterns resulting from intoxication compared to 422. Within 24 hours of consuming SCP-421, the infected's finger and toenails become extremely brittle, cracking up the finger and bleeding. Ew. Fingernail growth at the same time accelerated. Ingrown nails are an inevitability. Infection of these ingrown nails and open sores is identical to uninfected subjects. Subjects' hair exhibits similar characteristics. Gross. Phase 2. Oh, good lord. Phase 2. 1 to 2 weeks after Phase 1, the infected skin becomes brittle and dry. Oh boy. Cracking and sloughing off? Like nails and hair, growth is also accelerated, replacing lost tissue and growing more in heavy, thick folds. The whiskey bottle that gives you psoriasis. Genetic analysis of keratinocytes shows mutation similar to skin cancer. Yep, this is psoriasis. The tissue undergoes additional vascularization. I can't believe I read that straight. Similar to cancer cell metastasis. Though apparently cancerous, these cells have not shown any tendency for detachment, resulting in systemic spread. Oh! Hold on. Need a drink for that one. Thus, Phase 2 is not malignant, even if Phase 1 keratinocytes are infected into the blood, they will reattach to the skin layer or die. Innervation of the site is fully functional. Growth of the skin full... This feels like the most petty thing you could possibly give to a man. Like, it's discomforting and a bit horrifying, but not at the same time to the extent where you'd consider it a medical emergency or something of severity. Innervation of the site is fully functional. Growth of the skin folds inside the infectee's mouth prevents communication. Okay, never mind. Redact the previous statement. Although growth progresses such that the infected can still breathe and eat, infectees show a complete disregard for what they eat. Only one post-Phase 2 infected has been observed outside laboratory conditions. See Recovery Log 420 below. The majority of SCP-422 infectees die due to malnutrition or food poisoning, infection of open wounds, or alcohol poisoning from overconsumption of SCP-421 in this or earlier phases. Never mind what I said. This is no longer petty. This is actually horrifying. Phase 3! 3 to 6 weeks after Phase 2, the infected loses innervation of the skin and other keratinous surfaces. Nerves in the skin layer grow uncontrollably, but no longer send signals back to the central nervous system. Genetic analysis of the skin samples from this time shows mutations in keratinocytes. So severe as to no longer resemble human DNA. Oh. Though individual samples suggest the mutations are random, analysis of samples from different infectees shows a consistent mutational path leading to a final genotype with relatively little variation. In other words, the skin of the infected is a different organism entirely, possibly a different species, related only to other infectee skin. Ooh. At this stage, tumors may form inside the skin layer, analogous to several types of tissue, including muscle and secretory cells. Also at this stage, the skin slows its cracking and falling apart, although it never stops entirely. It becomes a thick series of leathery folds. With exposed bloody tissue beneath, fingernails and hair grow out of the skin at apparently random locations. I can see the vast difference between 420 and 420J right now. Phase 4, 3 to 7 days after Phase 3. The skin begins to twitch and writhe on its own in apparently random patterns. Differentiated tumors develop into whole surfaces of contractile and other tissues. Small throats begin to form, leading from the outside of the skin to the circulation of the host, but are mainly non-functional at this point. The host's mouth still does most of the eating, although the host itself doesn't appear to be eating now. Oh. You basically become an incubator for this thing. The mouth is instead working on its own. CAT scans of the host's brain activity show panic and fear as the only dominant thoughts, and motor groups in the jaw muscle area are not recruited. Rather, chewing and swallowing are forced by the motions of the mutated skin. Good Lord, this is horrifying. Phase 5. 1 to 2 days after Phase 4. Phase 4 and 5 may overlap significantly, with different portions of the skin entering Phase 5 faster than others. The twitching, writhing skin activity gives way to organized motion. The skin can now be considered a separate organism from the host. It moves the body like a puppet, albeit slowly, and exhibits extremely rudimentary intelligence. It is a scavenger organism and opportunistic predator. Who would have guessed? The skin digests food by excreting a clear enzymaceous fluid. I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. Enzymaceous fluid. Onto proposed food, leaving it to digest and then folding the food into itself. Ingested food is taken into folds lined with thick, heavy hairs and keratinous plates leading down into the throats. Inside this mouth, a grinding net of keratinous plates breaks down the food, in which is then filtered and absorbed into the host's blood. Activity scans of the brain show many hosts at this stage have gone insane. Some, however, seem relatively calm and are processing input from eyes and ears normally. Staying sane during this sounds... I had a joke, but you know what? I'm gonna not say that joke. Phase 6. Most of the infected remain at Phase 5 indefinitely. The trigger which causes a shift into Phase 6 is unknown. The skin begins rapidly growing hair and keratinous teeth, increasing its mass, and data expunged. Infected patients who appear to be entering Phase 6 should be destroyed immediately by total incineration. Understandable. Wait, didn't it mention Phase 7 earlier in the document? No, advancement to Phase 6, okay. SCP-422 can be treated in Phase 1 by aggressive radiation and chemotherapy, coupled with constant intravenous... Ooh, the iconic intravenous administration of Formula 420A09T-T174B. See medical document 420A4 for pharmaceutical and chemical properties and therapy description. This treatment has a 73% success rate, full removal of SCP-422, and a 21% fatality. From Phase 2 onward, constant administration of 420A09T yada yada will slow progression by 2 to 10-fold, but rarely removes it entirely. Successive rate and full removal drops by about 25%. Alright, treatment should be halted in Phase 5. Recovery log 420. SCP-420 was found in the possession of an unidentified vagrant in... I don't know. in the United Kingdom. Agents had been sent to investigate reports of a bridge troll, which was revealed to be the aforementioned vagrant in Phase 5 of SCP-422. The vagrant's skin appeared to be using SCP-420 to create and drink SCP-421 constantly through its mouths, although its primary sustenance came via refuse, local pets, and... redacted. The vagrant was collected and designated SCP-420-A. SCP-420-A perished during experimentation in 2010 and was incinerated after autopsy. I solemnly hope that that is the bar for grossness, and we will not top this with the next articles. Footnotes. Research is underway as to why these cells, though phenotypically cancerous, remain non-malignant. Those with appropriate qualifications who are interested in joining this project should contact me, Dr. Urson. It's... Ew. It's like barnacles. But it grows out of your... Ew. Oh. I am appalled. But I couldn't stop reading. I had to see the end of this. Good God. SCP-420 is not the funny dank kush I thought it would be. Christ O'Malley. Right. Next. Going back to 2000s. Let's see here. Too spooky! SCP-2006, you got me. Ooh. A Keter class? Wait, was the other thing Keter? Oh, I see why it's safe. All of the horrifying things that I just read were them experimenting to see what it does. As long as 420 is in a containment thing, yeah. 420 decon, okay. It kind of makes sense to read what it does first and then the containment procedures, but that's not how these work. And there's probably a reason for that. But yeah, this is safe because on its own the bottle does nothing, so as long as it's in storage... God. Gross. Just the grossest one I could possibly find. Right. I want to read 2006. What do we got for 2006? Item number SCP-2006. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-2006 is to be contained at Site-118 in an airtight containment cell. SCP-2006 must be constantly monitored for changes in form, which are to be noted immediately. All personnel coming into contact with SCP-2006 are required to enroll in an acting course, with a focus on expressing fear and surprise. Every month, SCP-2006 is to be shown at least one new extremely low-quality horror or science fiction movie containing horror elements. All interaction with SCP-2006 must confirm that SCP-2006 continues to believe that said works demonstrate a superb grasp of horror. Description: SCP-2006 is an anomalous spherical entity, roughly 50 centimeters in diameter when in its default state. SCP-2006's stated goal is to cause feelings of fear and/or horror in as many humans as possible. To accomplish this purpose, SCP-2006 possesses the ability to change its shape, mass, volume, density, chemical structure, and voice to any form that it desires. Oh, so it's a shapeshifter. Currently, there is no known way to damage SCP-2006. The extent of its shape-shifting abilities is unknown and is currently thought to be unlimited. Ooh. Okay. Currently, SCP-2006 has demonstrated a fondness for taking the forms of various entities and villains from the various horror and science fiction movies that it has witnessed. The most common form that SCP-2006 has taken is that of Roman from the 1953 movie Robot Monster. A screenshot from Robot Monster. SCP-2006 is capable of speaking even when it possesses the form of an entity that is normally unable to speak. SCP-2006 will generally attempt to startle and/or scare any individual it comes into contact with. but after doing so, it will become affable and friendly. The reason behind this is currently unknown. I love the fact that I picked this because this is such a palate cleanser after reading 420. The reason behind this is currently unknown. Although SCP-2006 has repeatedly stated its goal of causing as much fear as possible, SCP-2006 is a poor judge of concepts that cause fear in humans, and constantly searches for new methods in which to accomplish its goal. This poor recognition so the acting courses part in the top was to convince it that they were afraid. Capable of speaking... is a poor judge of constantly searches for new message. Yeah, okay. This poor recognition extends to recognition of emotions in humans, as SCP-2006 is incapable of distinguishing between subtle differences in emotions that would be obvious to a human. Interesting. Addendum. Oh, there's an interview with it. Cool. Interview, Dr. Loef. Interviewed, SCP-2006. Dr. Loef enters the room. SCP-2006 is seen crouched near the door. SCP-2006 is in its Roman form. SCP-2006 proceeds to leap out of its crouch, throwing its arms in the air.
Fear me, mortal! I am the mighty Roman, coward in fear!
Dr. Loef screams and stumbles backward, raising his hands in protection. Dr. Loef. Please, mighty Roman, don't hurt me! SCP-2006. Ha ha!
It is just me, Doc. I got you pretty good, didn't I?
Dr. Loef. SCP-2006? Oh dear lord, you really frightened me there. I was about to have a heart attack.
It's what I do, Doc. Boo!
Dr. Loef stumbles again.
Still got it. So, was there something you wanted to talk about, Doc?
Yes, I was wondering, why exactly do you feel the need to cause fear in others?
I don't understand the question.
That is, why do you scare people?
Oh, that's an easy one. I scare people because it's fun. And, you know, it's what I do. Just like you do doctory stuff, I do scary stuff. I'm the best at it. I don't really see what else there is about it.
That you are. I'll take my leave then.
Come back around soon. I'll have some really scary stuff next time. By the way, I will eat your soul!
Oh, let me out of here. I'm going to die of fright. Oh, this is my new favorite SCP. The current director of Site-118 has issued the following memorandum regarding SCP-2006. Addendum. I have been getting reports of some of the lax behavior regarding SCP-2006. Many personnel have been heard laughing at SCP-2006 during surveillance when it watches a new movie, or when it attempts to scare individuals. Some personnel have been heard questioning why SCP-2006 is classified as a Keter entity. Oh yeah, it is a dangerous, can barely be contained entity. It's a ultra-powerful, unlimited shapeshifter. It's got the power of God. And we are lucky that it wants to just scare people. I am here to remind you that a Keter entity is a Keter entity, regardless of how innocuous it may seem. No, SCP-2006 is not a rampaging demigod, nor is it a regenerating super lizard. However, it possesses the same level of danger as any other Keter that the Foundation has contained. Think of SCP-2006's purpose. It wishes to scare people. Imagine what would happen if SCP-2006 broke containment and found out what really scared people. Imagine if it saw the horror and fear of war, or the concepts of paranoia or phobias common to each and every human being. Imagine if it found the true horror of a nuclear holocaust, or an XK-class scenario. Oh boy. Now couple that with an entity that possesses shape-shifting abilities with no known limits, and you'll understand why it's classified as Keter. All personnel mentioned above have been suitably disciplined. I do not want to hear about this again. Dr. Randall Owings, Site-118 Director. Yep. Honestly, pretty sensible. It's very lucky that the circumstances for this SCP have gone the way they have, because yeah, if it knew what really scared people, that is horrifying. So you know what? Keep it in its funny monkey suit. Can imagine SCP-2006 watching the Saw franchise. Oh, Christ. No. There is a movie that absolutely, not necessarily petrifies me, but it just made me really, really, really uncomfortable and sort of paranoid. The scare factors of the movie made me paranoid for about a week, but the actual things that happened in that movie made me really uncomfortable to this day, where I can't, in good faith, recommend the movie because it has a really, really uncomfortable scene that I will not describe for the sake of my viewers. But that movie is called Smile, I think. Hold on. Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot that this is my literal browser. Hold on a second. Let's switch over to the other window. Yeah, 2022 film Smile by Parker Finn, that film. I have seen it. I found it extremely uncomfortable, and the horror elements weren't bad either. But I'd imagine what SCP-2006 would be capable of if it watched that movie. I haven't seen the sequel because, again, I'm uncomfortable with the first one, so... Halloween. God. I love the potential of this SCP. And how we are so glad that literal gods are occupied with such trivialities because they have the potential to ruin the planet. How could you even contain this thing? Oh, lordy. Oh, it's so nice that it doesn't understand human emotions. Yeah, subtle differences in emotion that would be obvious to a human. It is. I love this. I love this concept. This is beautiful. I love it. 2006. Muazzi, grazie. Beautiful. Beautiful concept. I love it. New favorite, 2006. Right. Let's see. I'm very curious about what SCP-2020 is. I just see years and just associate. And let's see what this is. What? I've never seen this before. Okay, SCP number 2020. Object class Euclid Exequi. What is that, French? Is Euclid French? What the hell is exequi? Execute? I don't know, let's find out, let's read! I love reading. Well, I used to hate reading, but now I don't mind reading. I love the voice acting part of reading. The reading out loud part of reading. And this is an excuse to read more, because reading is good for you. I can scarcely fathom a scenario where reading would be bad for you, unless you're reading real-life horrifying tragedies that leave you depressed and emotionally scarred and less of a human being than you were before. That kind of reading is bad, but this is fun, creative writing type reading. Except for the part with the cancer growth. That was less fun. Those kinds of readings are probably bad, but reading as a whole, divorced from the context of what you're reading, is good. I think. Subjectively. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-2020 is kept in a Type 4 humanoid containment cell at Site-17. Standard amenities and precautions associated with a T4 HCC are in place. Dietary Supplement 2020-9. 2020-9, I should read the dashes. Dietary Supplement 2020-9, consisting of 1.4 kilograms of used shredded paper, is to be provided daily. SCP-2020 cell is to be monitored for any unusual activity, with all vocalizations transcribed. 128 grams of tissue samples from SCP-2020 are kept at Subsite Bio 17. Remember that part where I said I should read dashes? Are kept at Subsite-Bio-17. Access to SCP-2020, I'm not going to read the dash of SCP-2020, or its biological samples are to be approved by the head of SCP-2020's research team. Description: SCP-2020 is a sapient humanoid entity approximately 2.2 meters, 7 feet 3 inches, in height, and 70 kilograms, 70 kilograms in mass. SCP-2020 possesses unusually long and thin limbs. Oh, it's Slender Man. A Slender Man. As well as facial features commonly associated with gray aliens and bright green coloration. Interesting. SCP-2020's body is composed primarily of a novel form of natural rubber that appears to serve skeletal, muscular, circulatory, and endocrine functions. Yes, I can read. SCP-2020's digestive system and natural requirements are consistent with its diet, which consists entirely of paper and water. Huh. Wouldn't that mean that supplying it with a tree would give it even more nutrients? SCP-2020 has not shown any signs of growth or aging since recovery. Further study of SCP-2020's biology has been hindered by the rubber's toughness and resistance to tearing, which renders standard methodologies ineffective, as well as dissimilarity to terrestrial biology. SCP-2020 claims to originate from a technologically advanced extraterrestrial civilization, but will make wildly different claims regarding the nature and location of this civilization when questioned. Given the circumstances of SCP-2020's recovery, see document Bilenkin-Roswell 2020, this avenue of research is nonetheless considered viable. SCP-2020's behavior suggests that it shares many psychological similarities with humans, such as the ability to learn, a desire for interaction, and partial understanding of social norms. It is fluent in English and responds to the names Artie, Bobby, and Izzy. It has not engaged in hostile behavior and appears to be indifferent to its own containment. SCP-2020 will frequently attempt to engage personnel in conversations regarding its desire to write science fiction, and numerous ideas it has for science fiction stories. It has thus far failed to produce any actual writing, citing an inability to choose a concept. See attached transcript for details. Addendum. Oh my. Addendum. Excerpt from transcript 2020-1-ASO. SCP-2020 was permitted to speak to researcher King. Like Stephen? Or Martin Luther? Jr.? On any topic it wished.
No, wait. I have an idea. A better idea. Well, there's this facility, right? It was made by someone at some point in the past to bring the whole world back from the apocalypse. Like, something could blow a big hole in the earth, and after the facility went, game over, play again. Y/EN.
What?
That hole could just be the Martians, the Marianas Trench, because the facility can do pretty much anything with physics and technology. I think, cliche, right? I don't really know how exactly this fits into a story or anything, but I mean, it could be the setting, I think. I guess I can think. Guys, I just had another idea. Forget that one. This one is a brain in a jar. That's a guy. Cliche, right? But like, the idea here is that I just run with it. Crazy nuts professor type. Nutty inventions that don't work. Complete nonsense, but it's all working, guys. That guy and his inventions could be like a superhero or something. Germy vacuum. The vacuum in a jar with germs. That sounds wrong. I'll think of something. Okay. It's okay, though, because I just got this awesome idea. There's a wizard, wait, from space. A space wizard, guys. That's not the only part, though. He's a cyborg. And he's with five cat girls.
Sounds like a Rick and Morty skit.
Guys, that's not the only part, though. He's a cyborg. And guess what the twist is? That's not right. The cat girls also cyborgs. And they fight crime. Cliche, right? I mean, but it's not, because they're fighting. Space crime. Crime in space. Doesn't that make sense, guys?
Oh god. His race ejected him because he's so annoying.
Does that make sense, guys? The story would be about them being cyborgs and fighting crime. Actually, no, because I just got a better idea. Wait, it's an AI, right? An artificial intelligence on a computer. Cliche, right? Well, it makes simulations of the perfect world for that person, and I guess it eats their brains. Guys, this is just a matrix. And maybe it's not actually doing that, and I guess the characters don't know for sure. It's actually that because we can't see inside it. But here's the plot twist, though. It then puts a fake brain in them, and then makes the bodies convince other people to go into the simulation. It's a horror story, or a sci-fi horror story, science horror story.
Wait, guys, here's an idea for you. I just got the idea. It's a time machine, right? And it sends people to the future and back to the past and in the future. And in the future, everyone dies from an asteroid. I mean, not everyone, just enough people that it's like everyone. Cliche, right? Well, the main characters, or I guess it could be the villains or villain protagonists, they're trying to make sure that the future happens. Guys, that's because every time they look at another future, the future is even worse because it involves actually everyone dying, except for one time where it's like, who wants to live forever deal? I don't know what the actual story is, but I'll think of something. Jesus Christ. Okay, wait, seriously, better idea. Guys, there's this alien, right? Like they have in the movies with green skin, with big black eyes and everything. Cliche, right? But wait. And there's another reason, I think of that later. It really wants to become a science fiction writer, but it can't stop coming up with ideas long enough to do it. And the twist, here's the twist, is that it's talking to some people, and they're from a government agency that already has all the things it's talking about, and they're like, how does one know that? How does it know this stuff? And does it even know that it's all real, right? A bit meta in that last paragraph. Wait. 2 words, just 2 words. Laser, butt, disease. Wait, guys, that was actually 3. That was 3 words. This is going to be harder than I thought. Woo! Holy. Holy preholies. Science fiction writer, everybody. Science fiction writer. Right. Let's go over to Series 2. Oh, SCP-1000 is Bigfoot. That's fascinating. Creative. Scratch and Sniff JPEG. Doll Maker's Kit. Black Me Out. Candle of Life. Ooh, Candle of Life. Candle of Life. Let's see what the Candle of Life is. Ooh, it's a safe candle. It's a good candle. Item number SCP-1045. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1045 is stored in Low Security Locker 17 at Site 21. No flammable materials or sources of open flame are to be brought within 5 meters of SCP-1045, except for testing purposes. SCP-1045 is a square wood-framed candle lantern measuring 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 32 centimeters. Its sides are made of translucent waxed paper, and its interior framework provides a nested support for a circular glass cup, measuring 6.5 centimeters in diameter and 10 centimeters in height. The anomalous properties of SCP-1045 do not manifest unless both components are used together. When a candle is placed within SCP-1045 and lit, the walls of SCP-1045 depict the shadow of a miniature humanoid, as if lit from behind by the candle. The shadow on each side of the lantern depicts a different angle of the same subject. The shadow of the humanoid is always writhing, as if in pain, and it is surrounded by what appears to be semi-opaque flames. The shadow of the figure will persist as long as the candle is burning. Its motions become more frantic as the candle comes closer to burning out. All candle residue recovered from SCP-1045 consists of rendered human fat, regardless of the original makeup of the candle. Damaged DNA samples have been recovered, but the identity of the source individuals is yet to be determined. Addendum. SCP testing has revealed that burning scented candles produces shadows of different figures. In addition, burning a scented candle allows the shadows to emit sound. The volume of the sound is dependent on the strength of the scent. To date, all shadows have only produced incoherent screams. I wonder how many candles they've burned on this thing. It seems like it's stealing people and trapping them in the candle, and then their life burns out. Horrifying. Don't use it. Horrifying, don't use it. There we go. New SCP lore unlock. Horrifying, don't use it. For all objects. What was that? Carnivorous CNS. Someone you know. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, there's a bunch of crossed out text here. What have we got going on for SCP-1026? Item number SCP-1026. 2020 wee. Professor Wowie. Object class. Previously safe, now Euclid. See addendum number 1026-1. Special containment procedures. SCP-1026 is contained within an 8 meter by 8 meter unfurnished room. Personnel have advised not to enter SCP-1026's containment cell without supervision from an external observer. All of that has been crossed out. SCP-1026 is now contained within a reinforced cell and sector redacted. Under no circumstances are any personnel to enter the containment area. All observation will be done remotely through security cameras with a broadcast delay of no less than 13.6 seconds. No care is necessary. SCP-1026 has no apparent need for food, water, or sleep. Description: SCP-1026 is an entity that produces a powerful mental effect on any human observer who views it directly. This effect causes observers to become completely convinced that SCP-1026 is someone who they know and trust, typically a family member or close friend. There is currently no known way to convince the observer otherwise. This effect will continue for approximately 1 hour after they are removed from SCP-1026's presence. Subjects that lack any close relationship, such as sociopaths, appear to be unable to see SCP-1026 and refuse to acknowledge its existence. Huh. That's very interesting. This effect is present even when viewed indirectly, such as through camera feeds. Oh. Although this effect can be mitigated by the presence of a long enough broadcast delay. That's why the delay 13.6 seconds exists. Testing has revealed that a minimum of 13.6 seconds is required to neutralize SCP-1026's effect. When viewed in such a manner, or through other media, such as photographs, SCP-1026 appears as a blurry, roughly humanoid entity. It appears to flicker rapidly, changing height, shape, and color. SCP-1026 seems to be capable of speech. However, this speech sounds extremely garbled and distorted to those not under its anomalous effects. Those who are under its effects perceive it as perfectly normal human speech appropriate for the given situation. SCP-1026 has also displayed reasoning and problem-solving abilities on par with those of a human, as well as a fairly docile temperament. That is crossed out, as well as a fairly docile temperament. It's no longer docile. See addendum number 1026-1. Addendum 1026-1. The following log is an account of a test to determine the exact nature of SCP-1026's abilities, performed just prior to Incident 1026-1. On redacted date, D-5582 was told to enter the testing area and perform a series of experiments to gather information about SCP-1026's physiology. Dr. Redacted oversaw the test and communicated with D-5582 through a speaker. Level 3 clearance required. Aww. SCP-1026-B was located 2 miles from Sector Redacted, where SCP-1026-A is currently being held. How it managed to cover the distance between the original facility and Sector Redacted is currently unknown. A security team has been dispatched to contain it, data expunged, resulting in the accidental neutralization of SCP-1026-B. Dr. Redacted performed an autopsy on the entity. See Document 1026-B. Let's see Document 1026-B. After the accidental neutralization of SCP-1026-B, which one is 1026-B? No clue. Right. After the accidental neutralization of SCP-1026-B, its body seemingly lost its anomalous properties, appearing to be a normal human cadaver identified as D-5582. Dr. Redacted requested permission to perform an autopsy on the entity. Following the report is an audio log recorded during the autopsy. This is Dr. Soso. This is Dr. Soso, performing an autopsy on the body of SCP-1026-B, which was killed, data expunged. I will be making an incision on the subject's abdomen. 25-second gap. I have just completed the first incision into the subject's abdomen. I can see no internal organs aside from a single large sac attached to the subject's vertebrae. I am attempting to open it. 19-second gap. The sac is full of fog, for lack of a better word. It appears to be much denser than air, as it's not flowing upwards. I'm taking a sample of it for later analysis. 21-second gap. I am now attempting to open the subject's thoracic cavity. 64-second gap. Subject does not appear to possess a normal thoracic cage. Instead, there are two curved plates attached to the spinal column in its place. There appears to be a pair of organs beneath these. Ooh. I will attempt to remove them. 69-second gap. The organs appear to be solid. I see no signs of any fluid or gas inside. I'm taking a sample for later analysis, and I will then attempt to examine the skull. 276-second gap. The skull appears to be abnormally smooth. Cranial sutures are absent, as is the navel cavity and most other topological features. The eye sockets are present, but lack optic canals and orbital fissures. The jaw appears to be fused to the rest of the skull, and there are no teeth. I'm going to attempt to access the brain cavity now. 150-second gap. The brain is entirely absent. The interior of the skull appears to be full of fog, in quotation marks. I am saying this in the log. Similar to that found in the abdominal organ. I'm going to take another sample. 10-second gap. Sorry about that. When I attempted to take the sample, the fog began glowing. I'm going to try again. 6-second gap. Just a minute. I got a headache all of a sudden. 12-second gap. Jesus Christ, this hurts. What the? Oh, did it infect him? The log was ended due to an unexpected loss of power in the autopsy room. When the security team entered, they saw no sign that an autopsy had taken place. SCP-1026's body was intact, and Dr. Redacted had claimed to have no memory of what had happened. A subsequent autopsy revealed the SCP-1026-B possessed normal human physiology and no anomalous properties whatsoever. Oh, wow. That's a fun little roller coaster. So the entire autopsy that he performed was in his head. Huh. That's interesting. Fascinating. Fascinating. Supplement. Let's see if I can search a short one that we can do in 3 minutes. Oh. Filter by tag. Nope. Let's go with Series 5. Taboo. This is green, therefore I click it. Warning, the following anomaly is affected by communication. Do not refer to it in speech or writing unless trained. Ah. You know what? I don't have the qualifications for this one. The funny green text scares me. Ooh. How long are you? Extremely. Ooh. We're gonna read that one next. Wormwood? Very big one as well. I think I've heard of Wormwood. Revenimus. Oh, boy. I have so many tabs open! Unknown. Keter class entity that is unknown. Kane. Oh, is this the actual Kane from the... I think it is. SCP-073 appears to be a heavily tanned male of Arabic or Middle Eastern descent. In his early 30s, 185 centimeters, 6'1", tall and 75 kilograms, with black hair and blue eyes. Arms, legs, spinal cord, and shoulder blades of the subject appear to have been replaced with artificial versions of unknown make and metal. Subject only takes notice of this when it is pointed out, and states that it has no knowledge of how, why, or when these replacements took place, stating that it had them as long as it could remember. There is a symbol engraved onto the forehead of the subject, which appears to be of Sumerian origin. Symbol has, of yet, been untranslated, and subject appears to be distressed when the symbol is mentioned at all, refusing to speak of it. Subject does not eat and drink on a regular basis, but is strictly carnivorous owing to its effect on plant-based items. Oh, that's a fun little hook, and we will continue reading this after the horrifying commercial break. Item number SCP-73, Object Class Euclid. After we encounter some entities of our own. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Bale! Beautiful Bale. I love Bale. One of my top 3 bosses of the DLC. Midra, Mesmer, Bale! That's my top 3. Bale! I love Bale. I love you, Bale. You're perfect. You're the only dragon fight I respect. Because you're so angry, I'm scared you're gonna break my face if I don't put you in the top 3. Right. Where were we? Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-73 is to be kept in a 2-room cell furnished with all non-organic furniture and items, and a bathroom. Subject is allowed to freely wander the facility and eat in the main canteen. A tracking device has been attached to SCP-073's person and is not to be removed. Subject is disallowed any contact with the service and is not allowed outside the facility. Subject is allowed no contact with plant-based SCPs under any circumstances. Violence is not to be used against SCP-073 under any circumstances. SCP-073 is currently kept in Site-17. SCP, who refers to itself as Kane, is generally polite and genial to all who speak to it, though it has been described as being cold and somewhat mechanical in its speech. It is very helpful and enjoys aiding personnel in their daily activities, whatever they may be. It has highly detailed knowledge of ancient to recent events in history and most commonly spoken languages in the world. I need to learn how to breathe better. Including ones that have since died out. Subject has professed to having a photographic memory, remembering word for word all text in an 800-page dictionary that was flicked through in a minute and a half. It is scored above average in all intelligence tests given to it. SCP-73's presence is inimical to any and all life grown in soil, causing death to any such life within a 20-meter radius. Any land SCP-73 has walked on, and any within 20 with the 20-meter radius become barren as all anaerobic bacteria dies. Anaerobic bacteria. Rendering the soil incapable of supporting life until new bacteria are introduced. Anything that is derived from soil-grown life, such as food and paper, immediately rots and disintegrates upon touch of SCP-73. Further affected derivatives include anything hydroponically grown. Violence directed towards SCP-73 reflects any damage inflicted on SCP-73 directly back onto the attacker. Although SCP-73 visibly remains unharmed. This applies to any damage directed at SCP-073. Attempts to get tissue and blood samples have proven futile. When the procedure was initiated, personnel carrying out the action felt the sensation of whatever was applied to SCP-73 and wound up with a sample of their own blood or tissue, despite the fact that all actions were directed solely at SCP-73. Indirect damage through a medium also results in the person perpetrating the action receiving the wounds caused. Although SCP-73 receives no actual harm from damage to its person, it has stated that it still feels the pain of the action, and has politely asked researchers to abstain from overly harmful actions to its person. Fascinating. Additional notes. SCP-73 was found in the New York Police Department in 19-odd-something, redacted. Having been taken after subject has been found amidst the bodies of several violent gang members. SCP-73 told police members that the gang had attempted to make sport of it, but became angry and attempted to kill SCP-73, resulting in their own demise. I have arrived! Redacted, how be you? I be great, I've discovered that I love reading on stream. Because I don't feel the pressure of having to be good at video games. Because reading. I want to be good at reading. So, me being bad at reading is an opportunity to be good, rather than video games, which I don't have a passion for being good at. I just like playing them. I like the narratives of games. Anyway, that is to say, I'm going to be having more reading streams on stream, if I'm going to be having streams. Hello, Deltor, how are you? I hope work has been treating you fine? Nah. I had you on audio only for a bit, so I heard some of the stream. Ah, delightful. Did you hear the part about the horrifying... what is it even called? Skin parasite that grows out of your skin and takes over your body? It's horrifying. Skin. Yeah, skin. Skin parasite. Disgusting. We've gotten some real nice ones. I love SCP-2006. Beautiful. Only eat, no talk. Yeah, that. Horrifying. Right. SCP-073 was incarcerated and was deemed a John Doe when NYPD could not find any information on it. SCP-73 came to the attention of the Foundation through a routine inspection of John Does, and was subsequently released into our custody. Addendum 73-1. Examination of the identified metal on SCP-73 has suggested that it is beryllium bronze, a metal that has been documented as being utilized by various anomalous cultures and entities. Most notably, beryllium bronze is a component found in SCP-1216, SCP-1427, and SCP-2481 and SCP-2711. Johnny the female deer. Johnny Bravo! Whoa, mama. I feel like if this is what I think it is, this is a really clever way for the author of these articles to attach links to their other articles. I'm clicking on all of these. I'm clicking and reading all of these. In light of this discovery, the Foundation began working in an attempt to trace the origin of beryllium bronze and how it initially spread throughout the world. When prompted, SCP-73 was able to provide information that suggests that beryllium bronze originated in the Middle East, though the exact point of origin has yet to be determined. Further research into the origin of beryllium bronze is currently undergoing. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 tabs of SCP articles waiting in the wings. I really need to scroll up more because I'm covering the text with my sexy horns. Right. Addendum 73-2. Spectabular. Absolutely. In light of SCP-73's indestructible nature, photographic memory, and general will to please, High Command have deemed that all information is to be backed up on SCP-73, ensuring it is not lost in the event of a catastrophe. While this action was met with mixed responses, SCP-073 has agreed and sworn itself to secrecy on its part. Addendum 73-3. When information concerning SCP-73 was brought to the attention of SCP-76 was brought to the attention of SCP-73... Interesting, so what's SCP-76? Shh, I don't exist. Basically. It was brought to the attention of SCP-73, which is our guy, the photographic memory man. For backing up, subject showed familiarity with the information, although was disinclined to adding to it, despite the fact that it stated that it already knew all about SCP-76. It then stated it would be better for all parties involved that it not meet SCP-76. Okay, now I have a hook immediately. Wait, which one? SCP-76, let's see. SCP-76. Ooh. Immediately starts off with a note. From Dr. Yada Yada to Director Maria Jones, Record Keeping and Information Security Administration. Subject, revision of SCP-76 SCP file. I have to go on record as saying that I seriously object to the proposed revisions of the SCP-76 Special Containment Procedures file. I know that redact all important stuff already claims it's a security risk, but you and I both know it's just top brass trying to sweep their biggest and most embarrassing mistake ever under the damned rug. I believe I recognize these one. Lovely. Omega-7 happened. It existed. Those people died because you screwed up, and you can't change that, no matter how hard you try to hide it. Yeah, but hiding it puts it out of sight, and out of sight, out of mind, and out of mind, out of worry. For God's sake, open the silo door. I mean, for God's sake, man, those people guarding him deserve to know exactly what he is and what he did, what we did, how we fucked up, so they'll know better. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. SCP-76, Object Class, Big Bad Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Containment Area 25B is to be located 200 meters below sea level. Tunneled out of solid bedrock in a seismologically stable area. Sole access to the containment facility is to be through a vertical elevator shaft separated every 50 meters with a reinforced blast door constructed of 20 centimeter thick material shielding. Elevator shaft shall be flooded with seawater when not in use. Huh. Containment Area 25B is to be constructed with the following components. An outer security perimeter against outside threats, staffed by security personnel trained in close quarters battle and counter-intrusion tactics. Christ O'Malley, what am I reading? An administrative and supportive area, ASA, consisting of support facilities and living quarters for on-site personnel. My god, it has to be on-the-clock watch. What is this thing? A primary containment zone, PCZ, consisting of a 7-meter cube encased in 1.5 meters of reinforced material. PCZ is to be designated to be flooded and drained as needed, and should remain filled with seawater unless access to contents is required. I mean, this is Keter class, so I am imagining that it's really hard to contain this thing. Considering that they need this thing to be 200 meters below sea level encased in a giant cube with solid bedrock. Christ. Even in a seismologically stable... Imagine if an earthquake caused this thing to open and rupture. My god. A 150-meter killing corridor, which is to be the sole access of the PCZ from the ASA, including water, power, drainage, and ventilation lines. The walls and floor of the corridor are to be reinforced in a similar manner to the PCZ, with the addition of an electronic deterrent system capable of delivering a 2,000-volt shock. Christ, holy sh... Okay. My curiosity is piqued. A security station located at the entrance to the killing corridor is to be staffed with no fewer than 3 armed security personnel, on watch at any point in time. Armament is to include, but not limited to, at least one redacted CIW system on a pintle mount, with a clear line of sight down the corridor. With a plexiglass screen to protect the operator from thrown weapons. They actually have this thing built not only like a bunker, a prison, but also, it literally calls it a killing corridor. This is amazing so far, I love this. This feels like a cutscene from Trepang. In the event of a full breach, all on-site staff are to proceed immediately to the closest security station for weapons and armor distribution. Staff will remain alert. Staff will remain at Alert Condition 1 until SCP-076-2 is confirmed neutralized. Should 90 minutes pass after declaration of full breach without a stand-down order being given at Level 4 or higher personnel, final contingency measures will be activated, flooding the entire facility in seawater and sealing off the access shaft for a minimum of 24 hours before retrieval is attempted. This will, by necessity, result in the deaths of all on-site staff. If my jaw wasn't constantly being operated by osteomantic magic, it would have fallen off by now. The Osteomancer does not care for many things, but this is concerning. What was the full... Hold on. The Osteomancer does not concern himself with a myriad of things, but this is one of the things that concerns the Osteomancer. That was the introduction. That was the special containment procedures, that entire 20-page document. This is the description. SCP-76, description. SCP-76 consists of two components. A stone cube, SCP-76-1, and a humanoid entity contained within, SCP-76-2. So, the prison that the SCP Foundation has built is in itself housing a prison of a stone cube. Okay. 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 SCP-76-1 is a 3-meter cube made of black speckled metamorphic stone. All surfaces outside and within SCP-76-1 are covered in deeply engraved patterns corresponding to no known civilizations. Radioisotope analysis indicates that the object is approximately 10,000 years old. A door is located on one side, sealed with a lock, 0.5 meters in width, surrounded by 20 smaller locks in a circular pattern. Jesus Christ. As of yet, none of the keys have been found, making the door impossible to lock once closed. I never in my life have I desired keys more than I do now. Interior temperature is approximately 93 Kelvin and cannot be altered by any means, internal or external. Directly in the center of the room is a 2.13 meter tall stone coffin, held in place and sealed shut by several chains of unknown make and substance, which are attached to the inner corners of SCP-76-1. Which one? Okay. The humanoid entity is -2, noted. SCP-76-2 resembles a lean, Semitic human male. In his late 20s, hair is black and eyes are gray. Skin tone olive. It's an alien! Subject is 196 centimeters in height and 81.65 kilograms in weight. Numerous tattoos depicting arcane and occult iconography are present all over the body, mostly in the form of leering demonic faces, and ranges from subtle to openly ostentatious. Subject, when encased inside SCP-76-1, is technically dead. I love technical death. However, occasionally, SCP-76-2 will awaken, effectively reanimating, complete with all vital processes needed to sustain a living human being. Subject will attempt to leave SCP-76-1. If successful, subject will enter a trance state and seek out the nearest human being, ignoring all other living things in the process. Upon coming into contact with living humans, SCP-76-2 will enter a rage state, in which it attempts to engage and kill all human beings when encountered. To date, only the subject's death has been shown to be effective in ending these rampages. Oh, so that's why they have the whole drown it and kill everybody on sight. Ah. Terminating SCP-76-2 is often problematic due to its significant physical abilities. Subject has superhuman strength and speed, and although not invulnerable, has shown a remarkable ability to ignore pain and shock, pressing on despite what would be debilitating wounds in normal humans. Prior encounters have shown that SCP-76-2 has the ability to, among other things, rip through a reinforced steel security door over the course of 4 minutes of sustained assault. Clear over 64 meters of distance in under 3 seconds. I'm just imagining that right now, and what I'm imagining scares me. Take multiple 50 caliber BMG rounds to the head and survive for several minutes to continue killing, despite severe damage to the cerebellum. Swat handgun and assault rifle caliber bullets out of the air with a length of steel rebar. What is this, Virgil? Survive for over 1 hour deprived of oxygen before finally asphyxiating. Oh, that's why it's a 24-hour window, because they don't want to risk it still being alive. Jesus Christ. SCP-76-2's most unusual ability, however, is its ability to apparently materialize bladed weapons out of nowhere. Slow-motion video footage reveals that the... Does that mean that 73... I am very curious about the lore here. My interest is piqued. Slow-motion video footage reveals that the blades in question are actually pulled from a miniature dimensional rift, described as a small hole in space. Where this portal leads is unknown, as is how SCP-76-2 is capable of generating said rifts. Footage of the blades in question shows them to be made out of a completely non-reflective black material. I love how overpowered this guy is, but not like a cosmic entity level overpowered. He's just really, really strong. He's not immortal, but he's approximately 1/5 of a Goku. How can he do this? Only God knows. Only God and anime know. Footage of the footage of the blades in question shows them to be made of a completely non-reflective black material appearing as a black void in space. As the blades rapidly vanish after leaving the subject's possession, no structural analysis is possible at this time. I am amazed at how the science nerds are like, what are his swords made out of that he's slaughtering thousands with, slathering death and blood on millions of walls? Ah, my goodness. I am clutching my pearls in disbelief, but I have no pearls. SCP-76-2 has effectively been killed several times in various manners. Sustained fire from multiple heavy-caliber machine guns, asphyxiation, crushed beneath a 13.6 metric ton piece of elevator equipment for use on SCP-76-1, cremation through the use of thermate TH3 grenade placed directly inside SCP-76-2's open chest cavity. Wait, so this thing was exploded from the inside and it's still kicking? My god. During the worst breach to date, Containment Area 25, which previously housed oh my god. That's why the containment area is Area 25B, because Area 25A was exploded. I love this one. I think I found a new favorite. Where was I? SCP's most unusual ability is asphyxiation. Cremation. During the worst breach to date, Containment Area 25, which previously housed SCP-76, was forced to detonate its on-site warhead as a last attempt to contain 76.2. So it's not that they won't kill him, it's that they can't. And killing him is only a temporary measure, which is why they had to contain it. While it was attempting escape, resulting in total destruction of the site and all on-site personnel. SCP-76-1 survived. Okay, so the coffin that contains it is impervious to damage. That's good, at least. Upon death, SCP-76-2's remains will putrefy rapidly until reduced to dust. SCP-76-1 and the coffin within will then slam shut with great force, and the lock will rotate, sealing it shut. 76-2 will then reform within the coffin, a process taking anywhere from 6 hours to 25 years. Huh. A post-humorous analysis of SCP-76-2 exists to show that it has an internal system highly different from our own, documented in Data Expunged. Additional. Oh my goodness. SCP-76 was found in redacted Mongolia in 18-odd-something, redacted, by archaeologists from England. All members of the expedition were subsequently killed on the return voyage home. SCP-76 was recovered from the ship, redacted, by the Redacted Society, one of the organizations that later merged into the modern Global Occult Coalition and placed on display in its inner sanctum. SCP-76 remained in storage for an approximate redacted amount of years until SCP-76-2 became active and escaped on date redacted. The reason for SCP-76's activation is currently unknown, but it was at this point that the keys to the outer shell were lost. A massive manhunt lasting over 3 years and redacted took place until SCP-76-2 was incapacitated by redacted, killing it and causing it to reform inside SCP-76-1. By then retrieved and secured by agents of the SCP Foundation. So this was originally discovered by the Illuminati, and they kept it in storage and display because they're stupid, and then the SCP Foundation got it. Subject was in custody for 3 more years under constant supervision and was terminated whenever it became active, although occasionally was able to escape for short periods of time. My question is, why don't they just keep it submerged in a chamber of water so whenever it activates, it just opens up and just immediately starts asphyxiating? I guess if it doesn't have any enemies to deal with, it'll probably focus on trying to break out of it. Kind of like restarting a speed run. So it probably will eventually break through. It might even become immune to drowning. Right. Subject was in custody for 3 more years under constant supervision and was terminated whenever it became active, although it constantly was able to escape for short periods of time, often due to security breaches caused by attacks from other organizations. The Foundation's death toll due to this was data expunged. Data expunged. Data expunged. After last incident, the current procedures regarding SCP-76 were implemented, although they are upgraded regularly with the increase in technological standards. Fucking hell. Bible characters in the SCP universe do be like this. No wonder Cain killed the dude the first time, unless that's what caused this. When I said only God knows, the exaggerated part was it only because God does know. God is an SCP after all. He talks to people. Wait, so are you telling me that this is Abel? Because if this is actual Cain from the Bible, then this is Abel from the Bible. Is Abel the guy that killed Cain? Is Abel the first killer? Read the bottom line of Abel's one. You mean Cain's one? When information... Oh, Cain killed him. When information concerning SCP-76 was brought to the attention of SCP-73 for backing up, subject showed familiarity with the information, although was disinclined to adding to it, despite the fact that it stated that it already knew all about SCP-76. Then it stated it would be better for all parties involved that it not meet 76. Okay, so this is Cain and Abel. I wish I knew Bible lore. This is the one time where I wish I knew Bible lore. Huh. Fascinating. Abel, alive, extra-dimensional, hostile, humanoid. Rewrite, sapien, SCP. Ooh. Oh yeah, Addendum 76-2, Project Abel and Mobile Task Force Omega 7. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I love how the one about the murder hobo has more upvotes or likes or whatever. Alright, let's read this. Want God's number? Yes, yes please. Classified eyes only. All information regarding Project Abel and Mobile Task Force Omega 7 343. Like 343 Studios, the guys that made Halo? Is 343 a number that I should be aware of? What is 343? Hey, this is from 1,000 and up, so... Of course God is in SCP Series 1. 3, 4, 3... It's literally called God. Alright. Alright. God is safe, everybody. Right, we're reading about Project Abel. Pandora's box is classified Q clearance by order of the O5 Council. By proceeding, you are acknowledging that you have clearance to view these files, and you have received need to know permission from the appropriate level 4 or higher authority. Sure, buddy. Oh. Proceed. Mobile Task Force Omega-7 Incident Log. Director Maria Jones, Record Keeping and Information Security Administration. To... Oh, I just realized. Hold on. Now that I have this, right. I have to go on record saying that I seriously object to the proposed revisions of the SCP-76 Special Containment Procedures file. I know that redact all important stuff already claims it's a security risk, but you and I both know it's just top brass trying to sweep their biggest and most embarrassing mistake under the damn rug. Omega-7 happened. Oh, so we're gonna read about Omega-7 now. It existed. Those people died because you screwed up, and you can't change that, no matter how hard you try to hide it. For God's sake, man. Those people guarding him deserve to know exactly what he is and what he did, what we did, how we fucked up, so they'll know better. Ah, I see. Now, with the added context, that makes more sense. We've gone from the sense rating from 1 to 1.5. Right. Prior classification 05. Effective date. Psychological profile of SCP-76-2. SCP-76-2 either possesses a mind constructed much differently than our own, or is completely insane with very little empathy or ideas. In a way we would understand it, concepts such as sex, love, and equality are completely foreign ideas to SCP-76-2, or at least in comparison to its way of viewing them. Subject has showed that it is completely disinterested in sex, barely differentiating between genders except as a form of visual identification. Also, while subject has admitted greatly enjoying the act of killing, causing pain, either emotionally or physically, holds no attachment to it. In short, a perfect sociopath. Ah. Good stuff. Intelligence tests have been wildly inconclusive when applied to SCP-76-2, and no accurate result has yet been obtained. This may be due to the alien thought process of the subject. SCP-76-2 has, however, shown that it has great knowledge of human anatomy, although in a highly violent context. Military tactics of open warfare, metallurgy, and strangely enough, the care of livestock, of course. Subject has knowledge of several languages, including English, but most notable is its language of several dialects of ancient Sumerian, which have seemed to be its preferred language. Is this our fuck up as a species, or is this God's mistake? Let's find out. SCP-76 has nothing but contempt for human beings, with one exception. It seems to hold a wary respect for those it acknowledges as its superior. This was discovered when Agent Redacted, an agent who had previously had a large amount of experience with SCP-76-2, did not appear once it escaped. Subject seemed disinterested. Subject seemed distressed, asking several personnel where Agent Redacted was hiding. When it finally did learn of the fate of Agent Redacted, killed as collateral damage in an airstrike intended to halt the advances of SCP Redacted, SCP-76-2 stopped its rampage and allowed itself to be escorted and restrained. Okay, so it isn't the perfect sociopath. Subject was then interviewed on the sudden drastic changes in its behavior. I thought we were here to murder each other, what's this? Begin log. Dr. Redacted. Why are you... Why are you interested in the death of Agent Redacted? SCP-76-2, subject begins swearing in ancient Sumerian. Why does his death bother you? You've killed many humans before, why is he cut off by -2? And now speaking in English. I don't even know what to give this guy as a voice. Different? Because unlike you... Sumerian word untranslated. He was a challenge! A real enemy! I think I've read this before, actually. Why would that be good for you? Every time you have awoken, you've tried to escape. He was responsible for apprehending you several times. Surely you must be glad he's dead.
I would hardly expect you to understand. Do you know he managed to shoot me in the head over a redacted amount of times? A man like that deserves to die in combat so close to his opponent he can feel his breath. Not in some
Sumerian words, untranslated.
destruction ordered by cowardly kings and princes save in palaces. The rest of you,
SCP-76-2 spits.
you disgust me. I don't even have the urge to strike you down.
Subject is silent from then on, refusing to speak or respond. End log. Nope, haven't read this. This indicates a possible psychological inlet into SCP-76-2's mind, and a possible control mechanism. So the guy is literally just here for the fight. He respects and values combat above all else. He's received double digits worth of gunshots to the brain, and he's like, yes, I respect that. Good. Given the massive drain on resources SCP-76-2 causes due to his escape attempts, and considering Bowie Commission's started desire to weaponize SCP objects for tactical purpose, the Bowie Commission's stated desire to weaponize SCP objects for tactical purposes, a farmer who likes a good brawl. Oh, he absolutely does. I recommend that we pursue this course of action as soon as possible. He said yes. Oh, he's being commissioned as a suicide squad. Fascinating. Oh, so this is what happened in Pandora's box. Oh, Christ. They actually thought they could get this guy to be... Oh, God, they are... That is embarrassing that they actually thought they could use this thing as a super weapon. I now share the anger of the message in the previous article. Okay. Mission statement. Support of SCP-76-2 able in the field in high-risk tactical situations. Oh, Lord. I genuinely have to... Oh, hold on. I genuinely have to throw up my hands and facepalm at this revelation that they actually thought about this. Just no words, only anger. No words, only anger. Task Force Organization. Task Force Special Asset Able. Task Force Leader, redacted, 10-20 field agents divided into 5 teams, 3 to 5 each. Members of the team are to be personally selected from elite field agents by Subject Able himself. This guy lusts for battle and is a super soldier that cannot be contained. Let's put him in charge of a task force. In order to maintain a smooth relationship between the artifact and the mundane elements of Task Force. Security Protocol. SCP-76-2 Able is to wear a device attached to the neck that, if triggered or tampered with, will immediately detonate, terminating SCP-76-2 by way of complete destruction of the spinal cord, trachea, and all major blood vessels in the neck. A tracking device has also been attached to SCP-76-2's person. It is to refrain from killing unless ordered to do so, and is to avoid causing damage to the organization's facilities. Oh boy, that can definitely see this going very well, and he, after the mission was done, he volunteered to go back into his magical sarcophagus, and he just remained quiet and just remained in captivity. Yep. Armament and equipment. Team members are to be armed and equipped in accordance with MTF doctrine. As Subject Able has shown no inclination to use firearms, or in fact no understanding of their use or tactical implications, he is instead to be armed with one or more edged weapons of his choice. Addendum. For God's sake, redacted, find these guys something to do. Abel's getting bored and he started putting his team through live fire exercises. They get bullets, he gets training weapons. Have you ever seen someone break a man's jaw by using a Nerf sword? He's not gonna stop until someone gets killed. Dr. Redacted. Report by yada yada Project Omega 7. In light of SCP-76-2's proficient use of the Sumerian language, researchers has asked it to translate several documents. While it originally replied with disinterest, it has translated some of the documents it found worthy of its attention. Some of the documents chosen by SCP-76-2 were regarding battles of legendary heroes, one of its favorites in particular being the Epic of Gilgamesh. Of course, this guy would be interested in Gilgamesh. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm grinning ear to ear if I had ears. This is such a fun little read. However, one researcher... Hey, have you heard what happened when they opened Pandora's box? Never mind that. Let's name our task force with the immortal killing machine after it. What's the worst that could happen? They had a sense of irony, the naming team. It's a good thing the task force and the naming convention team were two separate teams, probably. If they weren't, in that case, Task Force Omega 7 was clearly suicidal and should never have been put on this mission. Lord have mercy. I'm really into this. However, one researcher presented it with the symbol from SCP-73. Upon sight of this, SCP-76-2 became highly enraged, killing several of the researchers before its kill switch could be activated. When revived and questioned about this, SCP-76-2 responded aggressively, and that line of questioning was immediately dropped. It is recommended anything pertaining to SCP-73 never be brought up to the attention of SCP-76-2, and that the two are never to be in the same facility. I wonder why that is. So, let me get this straight. Cain, the first killer, became a knowledgeable photographic memory Zen archive where all damage... I really hope I'm not confusing the two. Abel was the one that was killed by Cain. I can see this immediately. Let me see. How did Cain die? What happened to Cain in the Bible? To kill Cain would have gone against God's command. Whoever killed Cain would have committed murder. I'm just gonna... Cain and Abel's story. Cain and Abel, Bible story verses, yada yada. You can read, no. One day Cain and Abel made sacrifices to the Lord to worship and thank him. Cain brought some of the produce from the land, while Abel brought the firstborn of his sheep. God favored Abel's sacrifice because it was an offering that made from the best Abel had to give. This made Cain very angry and jealous. Cain lured his brother Abel into the fields and killed him with a rock. Okay. The Lord calls to Cain, asking what happened, and after Cain lies about killing his brother, God punishes Cain. Well, God's harsh punishment on Cain was that he would no longer be able to grow crops on his land. Oh, so that's... That's why 73, just everything biological that goes around 73 just dies. He did promise Cain that no one would kill him. Okay, now that I have that added lore, now that I have that extra bit of context, being the first guy to be murdered really messes with you. Oh, so Abel is a... These are the noises I make when things are starting to click in my brain. The reason why he's such a dickhead is because he's traumatized from being murdered. In Vampire the Masquerade, Cain is the first vampire. Ooh. That's actually a really cool... That's a really cool take. I love all these different facets of lore coming together. I love how I've essentially started reading Bible fanfiction. Oh, I love it. I just love the creativity that you can arise from certain ideas. So that's why 76 becomes absolutely... red. Oh... It all completely makes sense now. Abel is pissed off that he died due to the sheer injustice of being the first person ever to be intentionally murdered. And due to his horrifying mistakes, 73 learned to chill out. And is immortal. Addendum 76-07. Recently, SCP-105 has been accepted into mobile... Oh boy, here comes another tab. Has been accepted into Mobile Task Force Omega-7, having beaten SCP-76-2 in a contest to see which of the two could activate several devices. Each space over a mile away. Oh, Sonic Das Hedgehog? Oh, it's a camera. Huh. In a contest to see which of the two could activate several devices each spaced over a mile away from each other and the starting point. SCP-105 managed to score significantly higher than SCP-76-2 by using her inherent abilities to her advantage. Okay. SCP-76-2 ceded defeat and allowed her entry into the group. Oh, that's adorable. So he has a sense of honor. He has like a code. He reminds me of a character from Black Lagoon, actually. Is it the Black Lagoon? I think it's the Black Lagoon. That's an anime. Trauma does something to a person. At least that explains why he derives no... Okay, so he isn't a sociopath. He just inflicts onto others what happened to him, essentially. That's why he's so proficient at it. It became his hobby by force, rather than by passion. Ugh. Imagine being a killer as a day job, and not having any passion for it. Huh. I feel bad for the guy. He's a super mega murderer, but I feel bad for the guy. Proposed introduction... Addendum 76-09. Proposed introduction of SCP-76-2 to SCP-682. Put on indefinite hold. Those with security clearance level 4 or higher may request access to Contingency 76-2 number 3. Oi. If he could get through therapy without killing his therapist, maybe he could have gotten better. Absolutely! This... I have never seen a better case scenario for somebody needing therapy than Abel in my life. Also, I love the fact that Cain is effectively unkillable, which means that if they ever meet, it would basically be a round of Abel respawning, dying to him, respawning, dying to him over and over and over, ad infinitum. My goodness. Per request of the Bowie Commission, Mobile Task Force Omega-7 is to be fielded in the redacted region of Redacted against data expunged. Did you guys tell me that you guys sent Abel to... For God's sake, don't do it. It's bad enough that they're trying to weaponize Iris too. Don't let the military bully us into doing their dirty work against some sand farmers. Oh God, they sent Abel into Afghanistan, didn't they? Jesus Christ. Excellent work, Doctor. The mission went exactly as expected. I'll be calling you again if we need your help. Yeah. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself, motherfucker. Hello.jpg. Because you're a bigger asshole than this guy. At this moment, Doctor has been reassigned to SCP-682 as level 1 personnel. Oh. Somebody's mad. Understandably so. Problems. Despite our best efforts, Subject Abel is proving difficult to control. All our attempts to keep him engaged have been more or less unsuccessful. The problem is he's a perfect killing machine, and that's all he wants to do, which seems like exactly what he wanted, but the problem is we can't seem to turn him off. I'm running out of missions to give him, and the ones I've got left are engaging him mentally. He's starting to lash out at other team members. It's only a matter of time before something goes wrong. Requesting permission to discontinue the project and neutralize Abel temporarily until we can find something more for him to do. Okay, so I was successful for a time. Unacceptable. Oh my god. Unacceptable. Neutralizing Subject Abel at this point is going to cause us an unacceptable delay. We'll have another mission for you within a couple of weeks. All you have to do is keep him busy until then. Send him on vacation or something! Oh, I am mad. SCP-76-2, 76-2 has disabled the explosive collar failsafe and has gone out of control. All staff to high alert. Further, request as events warrant. As of... Redacted. Containment Area 25 has engaged its on-site nuclear warhead on 10-minute cooldown. Final option engaged. This is an automated message. Containment Area 25 has been destroyed by detonation of its on-site nuclear warhead. Site 67 and 68 are to activate the FEMA protocol and secure the location as soon as possible. Official cover story will be released by Raisa to all personnel once drafted. They really did open Pandora's box. Also, Pandora's box, if I should believe so. If God is an SCP, then Pandora's box 100% is an SCP as well. So, they already had Pandora's box, why do they need to manufacture another? SCP-76-2 either possesses a mind constructed much differently than our own, revised psychological profile of subject SCP-76-2, or is completely insane with little empathy or ideas in a way we would understand it. Concepts such as sex, love, and equality are completely foreign ideas to SCP-76-2, or at least in comparison to its way of viewing them. Subject has shown that it is completely disinterested in sex, barely differentiating between genders except as a form of visual identification. I just realized that the story of Cain and Abel is... I used to think that Cain killed Abel because Cain wanted to offer Abel as a sacrifice that would be better than the sheep. But no, it turns out that Cain just killed Abel out of jealousy, which is way less psychotic than I thought. Anyway. Also, while subject seems to greatly enjoy the act of killing, causing pain, either emotionally or psychologically, holds no attachment to it. Intelligence tests have been wildly inconclusive when applied to SCP-76-2. And no accurate result has yet been obtained. This is due to the fact that no communication is possible with the subject when in its rage state. Subject displays knowledge of several languages, including English, but most notable is its knowledge of several dialects of ancient Sumerian, which seem to be its preferred language. 76 has nothing but contempt for human beings and will kill them on sight. No communication is to be attempted with the subject. So that's the revision. Here we go. Here we go. So this is... Yeah. Right. So that's... Oh, so Abel has existed... like, since the beginning of man, essentially. Since the creation, if God is to be believed. Which means that he's been around for every notable culture that has ever existed, and he has been essentially contained by the SCP equivalent of organizations throughout the millennium and centuries and so on, which explains the coffin. The coffin is essentially the containment procedures of all the cultures that came before our one. I find that incredibly deep and interesting. This is just chef's kiss right here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Huh. 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 Very fascinating story. Right, let's read about God. Where are you, God? SCP-343. Object Class, Safe. Special Containment Procedure. SCP-343 resides in a 6.1 meter by 6.1 meter, 20 feet by 20 feet room at Minimal Security Site 17. It should be brought any items it requires and visited by at least one staff member each day. Attempts to add further safety precautions or required clearances are unnecessary/impossible due to the nature of SCP-343. See description. SCP-343 is a male... The one true 343 is a male seemingly raceless humanoid in appearance with apparent omnipotence. SCP-343 was discovered walking the streets of Prague and detained after a staff member witnessed him disappear from the streets and reappear on a rooftop. SCP-343 is detained willingly in his chamber, as containment has proved impossible. So he's safe? So the only reason he's a safe class is because he allows you to... Ah. Addendum number 343-1. SCP-343... Nah. Colloquially nicknamed God by the staff here, looks like an older man, although his features are different to each observer. In my first talk with him, he claimed outright to be the creator of the universe. When I asked him to prove this, he laughed, walked through the wall of the chamber, and returned seconds later with a hamburger in his hand. When I returned for a second visit, the previously bare cell had been furnished in upscale Old English style, complete with a roaring fireplace, and seemed many times larger than it did from the exterior. SCP-343 greatly enjoys speaking with people, and seems to have a knowledge of all topics. Visiting with SCP-343 has become a daily event for many of the staff. To be fair, God is real here. In this scenario, objectively, he's right there in an old English Victorian style place with a fireplace. Visiting SCP-343 has become a daily event of many of the staff here, and all employees report feeling generally happier after each visit. Attempts to bar staff below level 3 clearance have proven unsuccessful, as guards assigned to watch the room quit their posts saying, "You know, he with a capital H likes company," or shrugging when questioned. Since SCP-343 has thus far been harmless, all staff have been allowed access, and somehow they all have time to meet with him for as long as they need. For now, I leave this report open to further questioning of SCP-343 is ongoing. Dr. Beck. You know, is Beck... The ads are Beck, and we need to conform to them for a temporary reprieve. Be right back.
Good job, gang.
We have achieved. We've accomplished. X marked the spot and you succeeded. We have achieved the power of words on stream once again. I was scared that I wouldn't have as much fun as I am right now reading all of these, but I was wrong, and I am absolutely loving it. And honestly, I'm loving reading these articles so much, and not only is it going to become a regular thing, but I think I might actually have it so that I change the way I stream, because the reason why I stream with pre-rolls turned off is so that new people aren't immediately bombarded by ads when they come in, so they can check me out, see all that. But the problem is that in the context of not a podcast, but a audio book sort of thing, where it's just listening to me, it breaks the flow for 3 minutes due to the ads. So, as an audio-only experience, I might actually stop the Bowenthius. That is me, the reader of the Bowenthius. But my point is that I think I might actually have it so that, for the sake of the YouTube VODs, which I think is where I am going to be divesting my efforts, if that's the correct word for it. I'm going to be focusing my efforts on more the YouTube side of things, because Twitch stinky, for lack of a better... So I won't be here for 2 hours explaining all the subjective reasons that I don't like streaming on this platform in general. I could always just forsake Twitch entirely and just stream on YouTube without any ads, because ad blockers work on YouTube. Definitely food for thought. I have a week to think of this. I care not, for I subscribe to this wonderful channel. Ad affects me not. It does, because it breaks the flow of me speaking for 3 minutes every hour, and it affects you because it engages you with a different thing, because you are an active participant in the live stream. You do words on stream. You're actively playing a game during the break, which is a form of breaking. So I have... Reading SCP articles essentially opened my horizons and expanded what I like doing as a content creator, because that's what I am at the end of the day. Not a streamer, not a vtuber, I'm a content creator with all these other little... what's the word? Tags? Identifiers? I don't know. Words fail me. But luckily reading will provide more new words for me to relearn and re-remember, so I can reintroduce them into my vocabulary. Labels! That's the word I was looking for. Labels. I have many labels. The Osteomancer does not concern himself with the label of label. I am just content to consume content, that is. You sure is. You sure is, buddy. Right. So, I'm gonna finish reading God, and then I'm gonna do something because it's Steam Next Fest and I forgot. So, due to the fact that this was an experimental stream, I'd say the experiment has gone quite successfully. So, I'm gonna finish reading about God, and then we'll do a tech demo or two for an hour. Oh yeah, you can see my Steam library. The ones I have planned out, if you know them, I want to start out with Rogue Point, and then this one. It's a knight with a gun. I'm a knight with a gun. It's perfect. And then this one. And then this one was last time, and I've already... As you can see, I've already done this one, March 3rd. Feels like years. So these are the ones that I have planned out. So I'll finish reading this article, and then we'll get into Rogue Point. Because this is made by the people that made Black Mesa, the Crowbar Collective. So I'm very keen to see their latest offering to the gaming sphere. Alright, anyway. Where was I? Aha. Warning, SL-4 or higher needed for further access. The SCP Foundation just has God. Addendum 343-2. You know, if God... he probably has a justification for it. If he created everything. In regards to document 343-1A, there are no relevant records available or seemingly in existence, and, similarly, all records of Dr. Redacted ever working with SCP-343 or Dr. Beck are missing and presumed non-existent. All staff question about the document convey ignorance of document 343-1A and claim not to have met Dr. Redacted. In a related manner, Senior Officer Dr. Beck has requested a higher staff rotation to increase morale in worse-off sections. This is a very odd request and was subject to further investigation. Oh boy. Other localized anomalies such as better health, greater job satisfaction, and lower fatalities in this section have led to the request being granted. This subject is now closed on order of 05. Redacted. Addendum 343-3. Data recovered on redacted date from routine check of Dr. Yada Yada's network drive. I am getting tired of saying redacted over and over again. Document 343-1A. God, therapist. Data lost as of data expunged. Visitors of SCP-343 are to be questioned as to their intent and converse data loss. Questions pertaining the other SCP are put forth data lost. 343-1B. Apparently my orders have gone missing. This is the last straw of Dr. Blah. All my reports... I will confront SCP-343 tomorrow. Signed, Dr. Yada Yada. I don't know what that means. I guess he confronted God and was erased. Huh. 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 I love how little information there is on this guy. Alleged God. Keeps writing not to ask God. God keeps disappearing these notes. Reality bending safe SCP. Telekinetic, telepathic, teleportation. Mind affecting humanoid. Huh. 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 Oh, I love these. These are so fun. The lore. Working at the SCP Foundation has a lot of drawbacks. A lot of drawbacks. But if you're within reach of Minimal Security Site-17 and have clearance access to the guy... pretty good. Pretty good deal, honestly. Yeah, my life is constantly under threat and danger of things potentially murdering me, and without I could possibly be living as a human host to a skin tumor! But hey, at least I get to ask God if he likes crumpets. Oh, man. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 tabs open of SCPs. I need to bookmark these for the future reading, because we're going to have future streams of this. I think my streaming is going to pivot towards it just being this. Moving forwards. I'm going to have a lot of thoughts with myself this week. Be not afraid, mortal. Do you like crumpets? Oh. All the metal in my teeth is starting to grate against my flesh. Anyway. Yeah, that was... How many articles did we read? 1, 2, I think 5, 6, 7, somewhere around that. I don't know. I watched the last 3 hours and 13 minutes. But I think that's this section done. Again, this was experimental and I already had breaks, so I think we're going to finish this stream off with a demo. Bah! It's gone! The SCP Foundation is gone! It's gone! Alright. Rogue Point demo. I want to see what the Crowbar Collective has in store for me. Photosensitivity warning, certain flashing images or light patterns may cause epileptic... Team 17. I don't know what... Oh, is it this one? It's this one. Be warned, it's going to be very loud. Because I haven't checked the options of this game. Is it loud enough for you? I'm louder than the game, and also it quiets down significantly when I'm talking. Haha. Right. Welcome to Rogue Point. Add players to your party by clicking the party icon at the top right section. No. Are you telling me they have multiplayer in the demo? I do not want this to be multiplayer. Bah. Bah, I say. Where are you, audio? Would you like to save your changes? Yes. God, this is grating. Global, thank you. There we go. Good enough. Yes, good enough. Right. Video options. This seems to be fine. Game is running as well as one can expect it to. I do not care for any of these. Right. Deploy for a new operation. Find other rogues to party up with. Oh. Oh, this is multiplayer. I don't want to do multiplayer on stream. Points of abuse. Right, okay. Let's change. Yeah. Right. And change this to... What do I change it? What did I change this to last time? Is there a demos category? Games plus demos. Yes, there is. Cool. Cool. Right. Rogue Point. Welcome to Rogue Point, a 4-player cooperative shooter. Team up with friends or build an elite tactical team. Plan an exclusive challenging missions in a dynamic roguelike structure with hundreds of ways to play. You know what else is a 4-player cooperative shooter? Left 4 Dead. Do you know what Left 4 Dead has? Bots. This doesn't seem like it has bots. You could say that it's fine because this is a tech demo. But regardless, I'm not playing it on stream. I guess I'll look at it in my own time. Anyway, next up, Artemis demo. Another thing that's loud that I need to configure before we start. Bah! Bah, I say. Ah. I wonder if my face tracking is going to be better with the 2.0. I hope so. I hope it's going to be at the very least the same. God damn it! God damn it! Why? 2 games in a row, why? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? 2 demos that I'm vaguely interested in, and both of them? Even though this one's a pre-alpha, I can only do multiplayer? Oh, butts. Butts and pans. This is turning out... at this point, I'm gonna go back to the SCP reading. Oh, and downloading multiplayer games to play by himself. I know, right? God. Oh. Chainmail physics. Rock. Very pixelated rock. Sick. Is that really how you reload? Huh. Oh, it's more like a flintlock, I think. Oh, this is like if you took Parry This, You Filthy Casual, but turned it into a game. Death? What the hell is this? A red jewel? Magical red jewel? Is it health? I can't walk over it. So this is what a pre-alpha looks like. Cool. Alright. So that's 2 demos out of 4 that I've downloaded. Down? I'm just going through these at a rapid pace. Do we have anything else? Nope. I have fists, I have sword, and I have gun. Where do they come from? Where do they go? I don't know, Cotton Eye Joe. Right, okay. That's demo number 2 down. I am blazing through the Steam Next Fest. Let's try demo number 3. I should read what things do before I play them. This one has to be. Let's see, cat named Mojave. Let's see this one. Catman Project. Oh. And it's going on my second monitor. This game contains flashing lights and fast-moving visuals that may trigger Player discretion is advised. Give me access to the options menu! Please. Audio. Thank you. There we go. Okay, finally, we have a non-multiplayer game, cat named Mojave. Good job, everybody. We've achieved demo. Wishlist, new game. This is on... Okay, the volume is extremely loud even when the volume is turned down by 70%. Shit, the battery's dead. Maybe there's someone around. Oh. Huh. Immediately, audio. 60%. My apologies for deceiving you. Right, okay. What is the interaction that I have here? The desert. The desert is full of invisible walls. Ah. I had dreams of a game starting out like this. Ooh. Look at that. See, this is the kind of graphical fidelity I live for. Ooh, a ranch. Either you are the cat or this is going to be some trippy game. Cat named Mojave. Actually, now that we've officially finished with... this is no longer a death counter. This is now... This is now my ability to put text. Did I write that correctly? Cat named Mojave. Yes, I did. We continue. What the... One of the tags on this says psychological horror. Oh, thank you. That's very much appreciated, Del Toro. Now people have multiple... It does still work. You want me to get rid of it? Oh, there's the cat named Mojave. I was looking at the chat. I wanted to remain as a nice little nod to all of you beautiful people that made that happen. After all, I wasn't the original person who made that soundbite. I was only the one that made the command. So, it's there as an Easter egg. I can't move. Right, I can move. So those who are in the know, when they put exclamation mark RIP, they know. I wonder if my car is going to be okay. E to enter. Let us enter the facility. Ooh. Is there an E to leave? There is no E to leave. Oh, I made bushes like these. I love this. This is the graphical fidelity that I live and breathe. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm a bit of a traitor to this graphical fidelity because I don't have a filter that pixelates the edges. So I'm a bit of a fake gamer when it comes to this, but hey, I have my own style. But I love it when others do this style, so I can stare at them at all. Follow the path of blood. There's a blood path? Wait, oh. Oh, there is a blood path. I didn't even notice it. I'd be great at criminal investigations. Ah, cool. It's probably blood. I cannot eat to interact. Remy's range. Any guns for me to defend myself with? Anybody home? Oh, eat to enter. I'm gonna eat to enter. Do you guys hear that disgusting noise? I think it's getting faster. Is he butchering things? Ooh. Oh! Who's there? Did you follow me? Don't be so nervous. Let's have a chat. Jesus Christ. I actually could... Oh. Lord have mercy. Is that Jeff the Killer? Hello? Do you have 6 nipples? Oh, so you were butchering. Hello. Oh, I love it when they... I love it when they talk, they do...
Why do I look like this? Hell, I could ask you the same thing. You wander into my house, leave your dirty footprints on my floor. It makes me wonder, are you lost or just stupid? Bad battery, huh? Lucky you, I got a spare down in the basement. You can take it, but first you're gonna do something for me.
Equivalent exchange, I'm sure.
I'm looking to add to my collection. Grab the shotgun above the TV and go hunt down some game for me. I want 3 Cervimorphous carcasses. Not 2, not 1.5, 3.
Cervimorphous carcasses, ah.
What's that look? You don't know what a Cervimorphous is? Cervimorphous look a lot like deer. You'll know them when you see it. You can borrow my wagon and haul them back. Head outside, take the gate on your right. Don't keep me waiting.
Take the gate on your right. Cool. Sure, butcher man. Oh, oh, the chair's knocked over.
You ever get that feeling that somebody's watching you, like eyes in the dark, just waiting for you to notice? Oh, wait. Anyway, stop distracting me. Grab the shotgun above the TV. After that, head outside, take a gate on your right. Don't stand there, get moving.
Go into my basement in this house in the middle of nowhere while I mess with this blood and meat. Honestly? Yeah. Pretty understandable. Where's the... above the TV, he said? Is this a TV? Is that a TV? Yeah, that's the TV. Oh. Oh! Press 1 to hide gun. I guess he doesn't want me to loiter. Oh, I see. That's very creepy behavior from you, but then again, I did enter your house, and now you're just giving me a gun. Grab the shotgun above the... Okay, right. This picture, I do not like this picture. I like this picture. This is a cool picture. Right. Is he... No, he's not. Right. I don't have a shotgun. Remy shooting range. Cool. Play! F. No. How do I play? Ah, press C to interact.
2, 1.
Oh. I am really bad at this. I continue to be... Oh, there we go. I like this. This is a funny way to portray a shotgun. I have no hands, and yet I must scream. I bet the guy in the house is pretty plumb scared of the fact that I am a creature that can telepathically control shotguns. I'm really good. That I got half of them.
It's a little progress, but...
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Cat has deer mounted on a wall. Cat feels like something is watching them. Makes sense. Yes, all the eyes of taxidermy deer. Ah, this is the gate on the right, presumably. Let's go get some game. I have to shoot the lock. Cool. Let's go hunt game. Cervimorphous is what he called it, I think. This is somebody's house. Oh! They're deer people, and he wants me to shoot them. I see. Hello. Who the hell are you? Jane Doe. Don't be rude, I am Jane. This is John. And don't be rude, I'm Jane. This is John, and this is John Jr. Can we help you with something? Car troubles? My husband can help you out with that, right, John? Damn it, Jane, you gotta stop volunteering me for stuff. The red dead cat. Are you done with today? All you were doing today was drinking. I've got a pie in the oven. You two eat first and then head out. Fine, but let's make it quick. I don't want to be out after dark. I see. So, oh god. So what's with the shotgun? Sorry to interrupt, mister. Can I find the knife and cut the pie for me? I love how cut is wavy. Cut the pie for me? I can do it. You don't need him to do it. No, you make it all crumbly and uneven when you cut it. Let's have this perfectly nice stranger with a shotgun. Do it. Go on then. I think I saw the knife in the junior's room. Press E to get up. Did they say that, or can I talk to them? Can I talk to you? Aw. I kinda don't want to slaughter you all. Cat pie. How to pleasure your wife. 1,125 tips on how to wow your wife. Has your sex life been dry? Is your wife sleeping in the other room? Follow these 1,125 quick tips and you'll be begging her to leave you alone. Step 1. It all starts with communication. When your wife is telling you about the dream she had last night, are you listening? No? Well, that's the problem number 1 right there. It's actually pretty good advice. When people are talking to you about things, no matter how much you don't care about them, you should listen. It's a basic vow of respect towards the other person. A dream is like a movie scene taken directly from one's consciousness. Understanding a wife's consciousness is important. It will lead to huge benefits in the bedroom. Yeah. I agree with that spin, Killshot. Oh, right, in here. What's this? Jess's mixtape. No. Where's the knife? Here it is! Ah. You know what? Fair enough. Oh! That was genuine. That was genuine.
Take him out, now's your chance. Make sure it's a clean shot.
Christ, cat boy. Can I shoot the cat instead? I cannot leave. Pie. Can I... Did I kill the pie? Smooth cut, you must be good with... Smooth cut, you must be good with your hands. Finally. After I'm going to assume that knife was covered in pie. Time for a game. Murder or other media. Finally, after John got laid off from his job, this was the cheapest place we could find. Now that ended up in the middle of nowhere. Yup. Far away from your busy past. What? Did you say something? Nope, not a thing. I need another beer. Oh, God. Troubles in the family. Don't you think you would have had enough to drink, John? Your drinking is why we're here in this situation.
Oh, John, you drink too much. Oh, John, where will you make money? Oh, John, you're the reason I'm unhappy. Why do you tell him the real reason we're here, afraid of being judged? I'm sorry about that, mister. He's clearly drunk. I think it's time to clean up. Wow. Wow. I need to take a piss before we go. John Jr., go tidy up your room. I'm not allowed... I need you to get me far away from here. I can't stand it here. I have no life here. I need to be with you. I can make you happy. I just want a car battery.
I've ever felt a connection as strong as ours, I think I may be in love with you. Don't you feel it too? Listen, at midnight, meet me at the main road. I'll be there waiting. What is this game? Time to get the hell going on. What the hell's going on here? I was just saying goodbye to our new friend. I wasn't doing anything. Not suspicious at all. You've been flirting with him all evening. We moved out here so you would be done with this shit. Oh, so he's a failure. She's a lech. And the son is caught in the middle. Also, probably inherited some of Mama's lechery. I wasn't flirting with him. You have no idea what you're talking about. I was just being nice. Jesus fucking Christ. How's this for nice? He is... John, stop. You're gonna kill him. It's time you started to treat me. Time you started treating me as bad as my phone. Press E to take out the shotgun. Well, I mean, he was... This is self-defense. The hunt has begun. Oh, so this is how... Oh, so this is how they force E to interact. What did he... Oh, he's bleeding all over the place. How do I drop him? How do I drop this corpse? Excuse me. I guess she won't want to run away with me now. Oh, I have to haul him to the cart. There we go. Can I don't have the knife anymore. Okay. Well, in a fucked up game you do fucked up things, I suppose. I'm assuming the minute I put the third corpse down, the cat's immediately gonna jump scare me. Ah! Oh, he's still alive. I think you were right, that was a trail of blood. Shut up. Are we done? Can I rob their house? Can I go watch more graphic porn? Honestly... No, all the blood disappears. Can I have some pie? No. Can I blow up? No. So they force you. That's... For a demo, this is... I am... this feels like Postal. I am buzzing with both discomfort, disturbance, and curiosity. Right. Now draw with the blood. Can I? All the blood has disappeared. Can I? Nope. Can I? How do I haul them back? Do I haul them back? Ah, that's how I haul them back. Yep, they're bleeding profusely. I'm going to assume that I have to put them in the shed with the bigger trail of blood, so I'm going to go do that. There we go. Oh, I have to... Oh, I have to butcher them myself. Wow. I went from being... I have to finish preparing this carcass before I can leave. Fair enough, game. You know what? Fair enough. Huh. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. I should read the instructions. Drop into the basement. Where is this basement that you speak of? Ooh. Can I turn this off because it's annoying? Wait, what's this? I'll deal with it. Ah, here is the basement. I'm a very well-adjusted person. Ah, there we go. Hey, can I turn off that radio? Yes. Yes, I can. Everyone is wrong except me. Entry number 7. 003 by Mojave the Dazzler. You ever get the feeling you're the only real thing in a world full of cardboard cutouts? I do. Every day. I didn't ask to be the smartest, prettiest, most dangerously magnetic creature to crawl out of whatever meat hole produced me. I just am. People look at me, and they don't know whether to kiss my feet or run for the hills. Usually it's both. Yesterday I stared at a wall for 3 hours, didn't blink, didn't move, just stared. And you know what happened? The wall cracked, couldn't handle the pressure of being seen. Oh, I saw that wall, and it's in his house. No one understands. People wander over, poking around. Hey, mister, can I get some help? I'm out of gas. Hello? Can I get some water? I haven't had any in days. Or my personal favorite. Ha, what the fuck are you? They all act like the world is their stage. Newsflash, this story's about me. You're just a footnote that hasn't learned how to shut the fuck up yet. Huh. Seems like a sensible fellow. Oh god, this is... I mean, I've already committed triple... Is it homicide? Murder? It is murder. I have to carry all the... Can't I wheel the cart over there? This seems very inefficient. Oh well. Can I genuinely not wheel the cart? Nope, guess not. Guess I have to manually carry every corpse around. I guess this is so that the weight of my action sinks in. Joke's on the video game, though. It's a video game. I didn't really murder deer. Men? Anthropomorphic deers? Is that a 003? Where's 002 and 001? That is an excellent question. Meat. Organized and ordered. Your delivery, sir. I love how well, the Catman doesn't seem to have problems. He only proposes solutions.
Now, what did we learn from this?
Honestly, I don't know. This is a fucked up game, but I'm enjoying how fucked up it is. Also, I love this. This is really fun. The moral implications, not great, but this is funny. Sloshing around at the speed of corpses. Got places to go, gotta eat to interact. Oh! The walls have eyes. Let me guess, this one's gonna stare at me. Nope, okay, good. I'm expecting jump scares everywhere. Did I see something under the butcher's table? Did you? I see a glue gun. I see infinite darkness. The void. The infinite void. I love how he conveniently lays out instructions on how to butcher. That's very considerate of the guy. Right. I wonder what this game will be like on the full release, because this feels like a full release. I hate this face. Oh god! They do that intentionally, how they abruptly force you to go into the thing. He is happy, though. Can I guess this is it. Hello. Aw.
Hey, sorry about that. I didn't hear you come in. Do not sneak up on me like that again.
Fair enough.
Well, now that's some high-quality meat you dragged in. Look at all that muscle tone, that limp, lifeless grace. I managed to bag a little trophy myself, hung it up on the other room to exsanguinate. Gotta let them drain slow like sleeping tea. Makes the flavor cleaner, more honest. There's a moment just before the kill, you know, the quiet. You hold on to your breath. You hold theirs, and for a second you just a second you both understand each other. Then bang, understanding over. Don't interrupt the main character dancing. So tell me, did it move you? Did you enjoy the crunch of bones breaking? Did it make your heart pound? Did you like it? Be honest, I'll know if you lie. I had no choice. Ah, there it is, the oldest lullaby in the book. I had no choice. What a line. Listen, you always have a choice. You chose not to die. You chose to pull the trigger. Chose to drag those twitching corpses back like a dog bringing in the paper. Don't lie, you like the way they made it easy for you, that they gave you permission. They didn't give... Well,
Anyways, head out to the garage, get yourself ready for the next hunt. This one's gonna be a little more interesting. Hold on, I'm here for batteries, you mook! Stop wasting time, get outside the garage and prepare, we got work to do. Why have I been roped into this? I was just here for a battery. You dick. He's a-running. He's a-running back. Can I put the shotgun back? I did what you asked me to. Nope. I am very... Oh, hello. The infinite unknown, don't look behind you. He sees you, fear it comes next. Too late, run, run, run. I tried to warn them. The pattern repeats every 30 seconds. I saw it in the static. Look. I spoke in the numbers. Binary. Oh, the curiosity. The curiosity. Let's get Cyber Chef out, everybody. Let's see. Oh. From binary. 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 101 boop. How many ones did I put in there? 0 1 0. Fear! It spells fear in binary, everybody! That's fear right there! It was fun to watch. Do it again. The infinite unknown. Right. I don't want to go in that room. Can I go in that room? Nope. The hell was that noise? I cannot shoot him. Ah. Ha! Ragdoll. Oh, that's a very fun image to have. Huh. Your bathroom is sick. Ah. Some reason that light works, but this one doesn't. Cool. Well. Ah, thank you for playing the demo. Wish list to get notified of launch. That was a very interesting experience. A very interesting experience indeed. Okay. Wow. That is quite the impression. I don't know how you feel on that, but I know how I feel. Wish list. Oh. So I tried shooting him, but I can't shoot him. Oh. Very fascinating. Hey. I think I've had my fill of streaming for one day. Christ O'Malley. We went through an experience together. We bonded over experiencing that demo. And it is over. It is ended. It is the end. Ah, the gun knows he's the main character. Of course it won't shoot. Ah, so the gun is the real main character. Oof. Right. Okay. I'm always scared that that doesn't work anymore, but it always does. You are very welcome. Thank you for attending. That has been an amazing experience. An incredible experience. Thank you for the raid messages. Alright. Let us see who we are raiding into today. We are raiding into... Dory. Yeah. I don't even know what Dory's doing, but I like Dory. Dory Dreamweaver. Very Dory-esque. Another palate cleanser, I think. Thank you for streaming, Joy as always. Oh, comments like that are always going to be appreciated. Thank you for being here, everybody. Well, we'll see what the future holds, but know that I am not quitting content creation, just potentially quitting Twitch. We'll see. We'll see what I discover. Be on the lookout in the social medias of what I plan to do with my life in the future. with regards to my public presence as the mighty Bowenthius. I am working on a 2.0, so I very much would like to have that be a thing, so... Yeah. We shall endeavor to see. But until then... Where's my hands? And also, I need to put the raid thing. Right. There's who we're raiding. Grab your raid massage. And I will see you for the next one, whenever that may be. I do not know. Saturday is a very long time away, which is when I decide when and what to stream. By that time, I've usually decided, and we'll see. But yes, keep an eye on the socials. On the Blue Sky, on the Discord, and so on and so forth. And yes, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Grab your raid messages, whichever is appropriate to you, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.